All right, very good evening, YouTube, from Captain Naps once again here behind the scopes, not on the flight deck, but behind the scopes today. And we are going to be bringing you some live ATC here from the Toronto FIR, which hopefully is going to be a little bit busy. Right now, there's no other controllers around, so we're going to start pinging some airplanes to see who we can get a hold of here. Make sure that we're talking to anybody that is relevant to us here. So just pardon me while I start to get a hold of a couple of airplanes here. And we'll start the session up. So let's just make sure anybody that is around that should be talking to us is talking to us. There's nobody in Northern Ontario. Just one here in Southern Ontario, but hopefully now that we're online, we'll start to also see some traffic here. And we've also got one airplane taxiing out for departure here. It's a Jazz CRJ, no problem. I'm not going to be mad if he takes off because I literally just got here, so I'm not going to be mad if he takes off without talking to us, but I would like him to talk to us if he wouldn't mind. Let's see if we can get a hold of him here. He's going to Saskatoon. That's a long flight. All right, let's see here. Runway 23. Perhaps at Musit. All right, and I'm also going to pull something out here as well, because Toronto's been using some fairly kind of unconventional runway combinations this year.
Toronto Center, good evening. Jazz 621 is taxiway Bravo. We're taxiing to runway 15 left for departure.
Jazz 621, Toronto Center, good evening. Just radio check first. How do you read?
5x5, how do you read us?
Jazz 621, I got you 5x5 as well. Thank you very much for that. And you ready to copy IFR clearance?
Ready when you are.
Jazz 621, you're cleared to Saskatoon via the AVSIP 6 departure Musit transition flight plan route. Departure runway today, 15 left, squawk code 0524.
0524 in the box, and flight route unchanged, Jazz 621.
And Jazz 621, I just need a read back of AVSIP 6, Musit, and 15 left.
All right, it's going to be 15 left, and it's going to be AVSIP 6 Musit transition.
Jazz 621, that read back is all correct. I'm going to get Natus up for you in a couple minutes here. It'll be Quebec once I get it running here. For now, the altimeter 2985, and the wind's showing 180 at 3. Continue taxi Hotel Bravo and Juliet. Cross runway 23. Hold short 15 left.
All right, Hotel Bravo. Actually, can you repeat that taxi instruction for Jazz 621?
Jazz 621, can you, you're on Alpha right now by the looks of it, so continue Alpha Hotel Bravo and Juliet. Cross runway 23 and hold short 15 left.
All right, Alpha Hotel Bravo, cross runway 23, hold short 15 left. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right, so it looks like we've got one guy who's kind of getting a little close to London there, so I might ping him in a second. This guy here, I believe, just texted us, said, hello, Toronto Center, flight level 340, my Mach 80. That's a Canada 33176, so I gave him the squawk code of 0560. He just read that back, so we should see that change in a moment, hopefully. And Jeff, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you there. I'm just trying to figure out what the active runway configuration is in Toronto here. Because like I said, this summer it's been kind of, there's been a bunch of runway closures, so things have been sort of a little bit, I don't want to say weird, but just abnormal anyways. Identify flight level 340. Welcome. All right, so Jazz is going to make that left turn on Hotel there. And just trying to figure it out here. If I can zoom in enough and maybe get an idea. Nope, not really. Looks like this guy's departing 24 right in the real world. So I try to pull up an ATIS, but it doesn't want to come up for me. And if I sniff on this stream today, I'm going to have to apologize in advance. I, for some reason, seem to have an allergy to something. Cut the grass today, and I've got an allergy to something that is just driving me absolutely nuts. So I'm sort of feeling better now, but every once in a while it just sort of deteriorates for a minute. So
runway 15 left. Departure, runway 4 right. Monitor 133.1 for NOTAM, unavailable by data link. To inform ATC that you have information echo. Toronto International, information echo, weather at 0100 Zulu, wind 180 at 3, visibility 15, few clouds at 7,000, few clouds at 14,000, 25,000 scattered, temperature 22, dew point 8, altimeter 29er 85. The approach is ILS, runway 15 left. Departure, runway 24 right.
Alright, stop that for now. Jazz 621 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. Winds 180 at tree, clear for takeoff, 15 left.
Alright, we'll contact you once we're airborne, and we are clear for takeoff, Jazz 621.
Alright, so we're actually supposed to be arriving 15 left, which is a very unusual situation in Toronto. Let's see here. Nope, that's not it. Trying to remember my pre-selected view for 15 left. This should be it. There it is, 15 left. So it's departures 24 right and arrivals 15 left, which is, like I said, they've been using unusual configurations in Toronto this summer just because they've got a whole bunch of closures, taxiway closures and runway closures, because they're doing the upkeep, and it's a great time to do it during COVID still when air travel's been relatively light, although it has been picking up. Someone made a comment to me today, if you go to the airport, the pandemic's over. And they mean that in the sense that, like, to see the amount of people at the airport, you wouldn't know there's a pandemic going on sometimes. It's certainly the volume of traffic at the airport. Now, I see there's one guy inbound to London there, so I'm just going to try and get a hold of him there, because London's a controlled airport, so he should be talking to us. And let's pull up London altimeter and weather here. 170 at 5, so straight into 15 will work just fine for London. Let's just pick up a view of London here. Hopefully I have one. I think I do. Yeah, there we go.
Toronto Center, Piper Seminole Charlie Bravo Lima Bravo on final runway 15 at London.
Seminole Charlie Bravo Lima Bravo Toronto, good evening. The London winds are showing 180 at 5, altimeter 29er 86, and you're clear to land runway 15.
2986, clear to land 15, Bravo Lima Bravo.
Oh, and it looks like we got a tower. Just at this moment, we had a tower show up.
Toronto Center, Jazz 621 through 1900.
Jazz 621, thank you. Identified. Continue climb, flight level 230.
230, Jazz 621.
Jazz 621, turn right direct Ursel on course.
Right direct Ursel on course, Jazz 621.
Might as well send him direct to Ursel because there's no other traffic. Let's make it quick and efficient, right? That is the name of the game. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to just throw up the control zone there. Alright, see if I can throw up that London control zone. What am I trying to do here? Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Nope, not there. Just trying to find it here in my list of stuff I've got going on. I just would like to have an idea of where that control zone is. So, CYXU. I have all the approaches, but I just don't have the control zone itself here, which is a little odd and annoying. It should be able to pull up a... I do not know how to get that control zone up there. Very strange. I don't know how to get the control zone up there. It's got to be hidden in here somewhere, but I don't know where. Ah, Lord. And Josh, yes, thank you for getting tower up there. I didn't realize you were watching the stream there. I kind of looked away. Good evening from Skycraft 702, flying out of Toronto shortly. Love it, guys. Thank you so much for providing some traffic. Hopefully this will get interesting here. Check that. I got nothing to report on the ground there, so traffic is quiet on the ground right now. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to turn on and off the control zone, because there's got to be a way to do it. I just can't find it in the settings. I'm obviously looking in the wrong place, or...
Toronto Center, Charlie Bravo, Lima Bravo, clear and down on runway 15 London.
And Bravo, Lima Bravo, Toronto, taxi Golf to the apron of your choice.
Golf to the apron, Charlie Bravo, Lima Bravo.
Alright, see, I'm obsessing over the stupid London control zone now. And because I can't find it, it's going to drive me nuts until I do. Why can I not find it in this incredible list of stuff that's going on in here? Ah, there it is. Okay, I found it. Alright, so it's under... it's at the bottom. It's not by CYXU, but it's under CZYZ for airspace, so that's why. I don't know if I agree with the way this file is organized, but that being said, I shouldn't complain too much because the people who actually take the time to do it, it's a tedious job to do this kind of stuff. It really is. Jazz 621 Toronto, proceed direct Musit, climb flight level 360.
Direct music and flight level 360, Jazz 621.
Alright, there's the Air Canada 3176 on his way to Winnipeg. These guys gonna have a merging track eventually? No, not really. Ooh, this guy's really motoring here. I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna guess it's a Concorde, based on the altitude alone, not to mention the speed at which it seems to be moving through our airspace. Or it could be the F-35 here from Anchorage. Air Canada 799 somehow in an F-35. It's a weird... VATSIM, whatever. Alright, anyways. What I will do now is I will throw up my handy little webcam there so you guys can see me. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, like I said, I'm feeling a little bit weird just because like I've got an allergy that's really, I don't know what's going on with it. I cut the grass today and my nose is just basically, every time I go outside it starts running again. It was running after I cut the grass, and then I came inside for a while, and then I went out just a little bit before the sun went down. And yeah, set it going again. So I don't know what it is outside, but I think I'm allergic to something. That was 7999, so... Of course, he's text only as well. Good evening, set squawk code 0547. Yeah, looks like we've got another plane on the ground in Toronto. There we go. American 5122. Jeff, if that might be you. Slow night right now, but I literally just sat down. So yeah, a little bit slow right now. There's no ATC on before we got here. So ATC begets ATC. Oh, here comes Skycraft 702. I'm just looking at my VATSIM now, and I see Skycraft 702 making its way in here. Oh, we do have Cleveland Center online, so he's talking to Cleveland right now, which is great. Yeah, it's a little quiet right now, but just, I say give it some patience. You always need about 30 minutes to 60 minutes to build traffic in VATSIM. So when you're a controller and you want to log on and you want to see lots of traffic, when you first log on, don't expect anything. It's basically the rule of thumb. Don't expect anything for about 30 minutes. After about 30 minutes, things start to happen, and then usually around the hour mark is when things sort of start to build. So this is why I also say to anybody who wants to control, like, don't control for 45 minutes. Like, the minimum that's been set by VATCAN policy is 45 minutes. If you're not going to be online for if you're not going to be online for at least 45 minutes, then you shouldn't log on at all. But that's the policy minimum. I think that's a silly minimum, because by the time you get to the 45-minute mark, people are just starting to see that you're online. They've just started to file flight plans. They've just started to log in and start to actually move towards your airspace. So realistically, to me, like, anything less than 2 hours is just not even worth talking about. So that's my personal opinion anyways, but I feel like it's just, you just won't get the traffic to build. It takes about an hour for traffic to build in the VATSIM network to the point where it's going to keep you busy in most cases. Now, there are a few places that are perennially quite busy. Toronto is one of them. It comes and it goes. It's not always busy, but it is often quite busy. But the places like Boston, New York, Atlanta, LAX, or the London Heathrow, just trying to think here, London Heathrow, Frankfurt, even Lisbon, the major sort of iconic airports that everyone thinks of when they think of airports. All right, we got two handoffs here. One going into Toronto and one going over to Oshawa.
Toronto Center, good evening. It's Skycraft 702, checking in at 9,000.
Skycraft 702, Toronto Center, good evening. All right, so he's going to be going to Oshawa. Winds are 190 at 2. Let's have a little look-see here. What's he filed anyways? He's filed just this guy here. Just literally St. Catharines and Oshawa. Okay. So I'm thinking for Oshawa, it's kind of almost splitting the difference, but it's very slightly favoring 1-2, very slightly, by like 10 degrees. I mean, you could use 23. But it's not a good noise abatement runway. There's houses in that direction, so they don't like to use it. It's a shorter runway anyway, so we'll advertise 1-2. I think that'll make us the good neighbors here. I wonder if there is a noise abatement preferential runway program in Oshawa. I'm just going to pull up my Navigraph charts and see if there is anything about a preferential runway program. Yeah. Oh, he did respond. He responded so quick I didn't even see it. Okay, sorry. Didn't even see it.
Good evening, Sunwing 763, 215 descending, 17,000 by 8 distant.
Sunwing 763, Toronto, good evening. Information in Toronto is Echo. It just went down, but it'll be back up again in one moment. You can plan runway 15 left. The altimeter Toronto 2985.
2985, we got Echo before it went down, and yeah, Sunwing 763.
Sunwing 763, just confirmed descending to 17,000.
Yeah, 17 by Easton.
Sunwing 763, Roger. I'll have a lower for you in about 5 miles. Okay, so yeah, so let me get that ATIS up there. It's only RNAVs in Oshawa now, so there we go. Skycraft 702, for your planning, it's runway 12 in Oshawa. You can obviously plan the RNF.
Roger, we'll plan for runway 12, and we'll probably end up canceling the IFR halfway across Lake Ontario there.
Skycraft 702, roger, just advise.
702.
Just have a look up north. There's that guy, there's that guy, nothing much else happening up there. But you just got to keep scanning up there every once in a while to see what's going on. You don't want to get distracted and lose track of what's going on there. Jeff, okay, American 5122, yep. You like my chair? It was a gift once upon a time. It was a birthday gift? Father's Day gift? It's either birthday or Father's Day. I can't remember which. I think it was a birthday gift like 2-3 years ago. I had a beat up old office chair. I actually still have it. It's over there. Like my kids use it when they sit in the office. It's so old. The back it's just an old fashioned office chair, and the back just wouldn't even stay up anymore. The armrest wouldn't stay up. It was so uncomfortable. I'm just like, I spent a lot of time in front of the computer. I need a decent chair, please. So that was a 12 preferred takeoff after hours. Yeah. Actually, it says 30 is preferred takeoff after hours, 12 preferred arrivals, 30 to preferred takeoffs. But anyways, yeah, so it's not after hours yet. But yeah, based on what I know about the geography around the Oshawa Airport too, and where the residential areas are around there, I'm going to go with that as well. Sunwing 763, continue to send 11,000.
701 1000, Sunwing 763.
Alright, there we go. I think we got it sort of all squared away now. I found everything that I wanted to find. And there we go. It's not busy evening yet, but it'll get there. Did this not connect? Oh, I never connected the Oshawa ATC. My bad. It looks like the Toronto ATC is not up either. I don't see it. Oh, I do see it, but it's not registering on the VATSPI for some reason. Weird. Weird. Because it's there. And VATSPI seems to be updating pretty well here, but it didn't seem to show that ATC. It's got my ATC. Why does it not have the Toronto ATC? Is there an error in the spelling? No, spelled correctly. Very weird. Alright, what else we got here? So we got a couple of inbounds in Toronto. Nothing really that close, though. The next guy after the guys that are already on the scope here, there's an Air Canada 992. He's probably about like 45 minutes away. I don't see too many other people right now, but again, it's one of those things. Like I said, I say always give VATSIM about 45 minutes to an hour to build. And when you've been here for 45 minutes to an hour, then the traffic really tends to build. That's what I find. Alright, so here comes the Skycraft up the bottom of my screen here. The Sunwing's coming in. Alright, looks like we figured it out there. Let's see if it's on VATSPI now. And alright, yeah, now it's showing up on VATSPI properly. Alright, so Air Canada 799. Roger. Anyways, he's AFK for a couple minutes. Get that mark down there. Sunwing 763. Proceed direct MyTux, descend 8,000.
Direct MyTux down to 8,000, Sunwing 763.
Never heard of these fixes before. It's not that I've never heard of them, but 1.5 left is not a very common configuration in Toronto, so yeah, I have not heard of them really. Of course, that's nice. It gets them right up the arrival corridor anyways. It really actually looks really nice. Now, if we were to get this guy to go direct to Oshawa from his present position, yeah, that would be fine with me. Skycraft 702 Toronto, did you want to go direct Oshawa from there, or do you still want to go track to the St. Catharines Beacon?
No, we go direct Oshawa from our position, Skycraft 702.
Skycraft 702, proceed direct Oshawa Airport.
Direct Oshawa Airport, Skycraft 702.
That'll keep plenty clear still of any departures out of Toronto. Shouldn't be a problem. not anticipating. Well, we did have one. Well, yeah, sorry. We had Jeff was there on the ground, and then his sim crashed. I'm sorry. I'll try not to laugh, but it's happened to all of us. uh, this guy's actually gonna have to start down pretty soon, or he's not gonna make it down. He doesn't even have a flight plan. He's literally direct from Anchorage to Toronto. He's gonna start down soon here. Alright, when ready to send flight level 370, so he'll start down now. Yeah, we don't have any, unfortunately we don't have any Alright, traffic 12 o'clock. Jazz 621, Toronto, opposite direction traffic at your 12 o'clock for 12 miles now is a, it's an F-35. He's descending to flight level 370.
Alright, we're looking.
Alright. At Jazz 621, if you blink, you're going to miss him as he goes by your right wing. He's showing 930 knot ground speed.
Roger, I think we got him on TCAS, but we'll keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, looks according to the radar, looks like you've already passed him. Or I guess considering the speed, he passed you. No laugh. All right, fine. All right, continue to send 12,000. Toronto altimeter 2985. Okay, good. All right, just the read back. That would be great. I mean, the thing is, like, this is a fairly new chair. I don't really need. It would be nice to get a free chair. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need one. I would say this chair's pretty nice. What I could actually use, if anybody out there is knows anybody, is a bloody new desk. The desk that I use for my flight simming is. It's a desk we built ourselves, and it's a nice desk, but it was built for a condo. When we lived in a condo, it was very small, so it's very kind of compact. And what I find now, especially having rudder pedals and a computer and everything else underneath the desk, is I never really designed it with that much room in mind. So I find I can barely get my legs under there once I've got rudder pedals and everything else. So I would love a bit of a bigger desk, or a new desk perhaps with a different shape and a little bit more legroom. So if you know anybody who makes desks, please, I would love to do a review on a desk. Luke, it's nice to see you. Welcome aboard. Sunwing 763, descend 6,000.
6,000, Sunwing 763.
For some reason I cannot get the Sunwing to change here. There it is, 6,000. Skycraft 702, go ahead.
Charles, Skycraft 702 would like to cancel the IFR with the alerting services at this time and follow the Lakeshore VFR.
Alright, Skycraft 702, I check canceling the IFR and alerting services. However, you're about to enter the TCU, so I'm going to keep you radar identified. You can descend at your discretion to not below 3,000 for now. Actually, Skycraft 702, make it not below 6,000 for now.
Not below 6,000 for Skycraft 702.
Skycraft 702, that's correct. And the altimeter Oshawa 2984.
2984, 702.
Skycraft, correction, Sunwing 763, descend 4,000.
4,000, Sunwing 763.
This guy's going to take a while to descend. He's going to be high. He should have started down sooner. I know like where to expect a descent for 370 for flight level 570. I don't know where to expect that descent. So kind of throwing me for a bit of a loop there. Ah well. No big deal. I feel like this is aimed a little high. You're seeing more over my head than anything else today. That's okay. Alright. It's not super busy or anything, but it's a nice steady sort of amount of traffic here. Alright, so just waiting for the Skycraft to get a little bit lower. We'll turn them on the base there. Try not to forget the fact there's a tower online. Because I've done that before. I've cleared people to land when there was a tower online. When you just forget that there's a tower. And it looks like we got an approach controller. Another one of these numbered controllers that nobody knows who it is, but Sunwing 763, turn left, heading 240.
Left 240, Sunwing 763.
And Sunwing 763, descend 3,000. I should have said that all in one go.
Sunwing 763.
My bad. Alright, so we got an approach controller, so I gotta hand this guy off to the approach controller if I can get the right frequency here. There we go. Skycraft 702, you can contact Toronto Terminal now on 132.8. We'll talk to you on the other side.
32.8 for Skycraft 702. We'll talk to you.
Alright, so he's with Arrival. Arrival said just keep this guy, because, I mean, basically he's just about to turn final here, so there's no point in really handing him off to somebody else. Sunwing 763, turn left, heading 180 for the intercept. Cleared the ILS, 15 left.
Left heading 180, cleared the ILS, 15 left, Sunwing 763.
Not a heading you give very often at this airport here. Yeah, he's doing pretty good at getting down this F-35. He's down to 310, and he's losing altitude pretty quick. He's going down at 5,400 feet per minute, so he's doing a pretty good job at losing the altitude, I gotta say. Alright, now that I got an arrival controller as well, now it's going to get a little bit quieter. I find that arrival is probably one of the more fun positions to actually do, so I like to do it when I get the chance. don't even know what that fix is there on final. I guess it's not going to show me, is it? No, it is. Is that Meadowvale? ZTO is Meadowvale, I think. Wow, things I never... Fixes you never really use. 1-5 left. It's really not something you see very often. Okay, let's just do this. Because, yeah, I'm totally just not familiar with 1-5 left. I've done this approach like, it's Woodhill. That's right, that's why. Meadowvale didn't sound right. Sunwing 763, contact the tower now, 118.7. Have a good day.
18-7, Sunwing 763, take care.
See ya. Now he's going down at 7,300 feet per minute. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He'll be the arrival controller's problem now. It's kind of rude, isn't it? I think I might throw the arrival controller and tower controller up for now, because it's just getting kind of quiet here, so at least you'll have something to listen to, even if I'm not actually controlling it. And he's off to arrival. He says thanks for the ATC anytime. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll get rid of this. Well, we don't have to get rid of this Toronto here, but let's get the Oshawa ground. Oshawa ground has actually become a very commonly used view I have now, because there's so many of these Skycraft planes going in and out of there all the time, which is great. It's nice to see this airport get some love. It's been a neglected airport for way too long, and it's a good airport. Alright, planning on making you work on a go-around. Unfortunately, now in Toronto, it's nothing I'm going to be dealing with. After takeoff, what is the appropriate altitude to advise control? X1000 for Y1000 initial contact after takeoff. I usually wait until at least 1500 to 2000, but I wasn't sure. Jeff, that's a fantastic question, and it depends. The biggest thing it usually depends on is your company SOP. So your company will have a standard operating procedure, and your company will usually dictate when to contact departure. Generally, not below 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet, I would say, is usually the minimum that anyone will make a radio call. That first 1,000 feet is critical. Actually, I'll give you probably, there's a couple different rules depending on the company. Different companies have different takes on it, but at the minimum, yeah, you won't call to at least 1,000 feet. But normally, rather than look at 1,000 feet, what you normally won't call is you won't call until you've reached your acceleration altitude and you've reduced the climb power, and you've configured the airplane for the climb thereafter. Now, some companies will say don't call ATC, don't call departure until you've retracted the flaps. Others will say call ATC before the flap retraction. Call them as soon as you've reached acceleration altitude and you've set climb power. So that's most airplanes. A lot of airplanes default to 1,500. Normally in North America, most airlines that I've seen usually use 1,000 feet as the default climb power altitude. Power reduction altitude and acceleration altitude.
760, you're clear on Bravo 1, going to Charlie 28 tonight.
Sunwing 763 is clear. Taxi Bravo 1 Alpha Juliet to the ramp. April discretion, gauge your choice.
Bravo 1 Alpha Juliet, rest our discretion, Sunwing 763, thanks.
I know, Josh, it's going to be weird. You're watching the stream and you're going to be hearing your own ATC now, but at least there's like a 20-second lag here at least, so hopefully you won't get like a weird echo. If it becomes distracting, please just tell me, because I don't want to be like a distraction at all to your ATC. But if it is distracting, just let me know. But yeah, so yeah, I would never expect anyone to call me before 1,000 feet unless there's an emergency. Now, if there's an emergency, then generally the rule is 400 feet is kind of the screen height where anything can happen after departure, where nothing happens until at least 400 feet. So usually at 400 feet, if there's an engine failure or anything on departure, you don't say anything. You just simply fly the airplane, get the airplane established in the climb up to 400 feet. And 400 feet above the ground is where normally the first mayday calls will be made. So normally that's the point where you'll identify the failure. Whoever's flying will continue flying. Whoever's the pilot monitoring will then make the mayday call, just the initial mayday call.
Don't mind us. We took Bravo, couldn't see in the dark. Sorry about that.
No.
773, not a problem. You can continue on Bravo Alpha Juliet. That's just going to be your next right.
Yeah, Bravo Alpha Juliet, sorry about that. Lost the center line there. I thought this was Alpha.
Yeah, so what was I saying? So no,
Not a problem, sir.
no, nothing like crazy, but you'll make a mayday call at 400 feet, and then you'll continue climb to 1,000 feet, accelerate, do all your stuff after that. So at least ATC has the idea that there's a mayday, and that you're flying runway heading or whatever you're doing. You're not following the SID because obviously you're dealing with an emergency. But yeah, under normal circumstances, I would not expect anyone to call till at least 1,000 feet, and normally not until at least the climb power is set. Our company had a policy of not calling until flaps were retracted, so that in a lot of cases that was going to be like 2,000 AGL before we'd ever call. But at a lot of airports, there's no point calling early anyways, because a lot of airports have noise abatement procedures where you can't turn below a certain altitude anyways. Oh, looks like we got an airplane on the ground in London, so let me just go back to London there. There we go. Yeah, so but it's an excellent question. Yeah, yeah, like place like Toronto, you can't turn until you hit 3,000 feet above ground anyways, so calling early doesn't do anything for you. Now, our company did make exceptions if there was an... Pardon me. If a company did make exceptions, there were a few places where ATC would want to get a hold of you early. There were a handful of places like that. One of them was New York. Generally in New York, they want to get a hold of you early. They want to get you turning on course early. So that was the one place where our company had a common exception where you could call after acceleration altitude, but before flap retraction was done. You could call. And again, it also depends on the airplane type too. The 737, you got like 17 flap settings to go from from takeoff flap back all the way up to flaps up. So if you want to wade through all of those, you're going to be like 17 miles downstream and through 7,000 feet before you ever call them up. So our airplane, normal takeoff is flap 2, flap 10, like it's pretty quick to get that retracted. Again, depends on the aircraft, depends on the company more than anything else, but the company will make that decision based on the aircraft types they fly, and then they'll try to probably be consistent for the most part throughout their fleet, just to make things a little easier for training purposes. Oh, we got a flight plan here. Let's have a little look-see here. So DA62 is going from London over to Toronto at 9,000. Nuber and the NACPO 4 arrival for 15 right. He's got it all set up correctly there. We're going to put runway 15 for departure. There we go. Bob's your uncle. These guys just trucking along, not going anywhere particularly fast, but they're getting there. Like I said, it builds as the evening wears on, and now we're starting to get a few things starting to happen here. We got somebody on the ground in Detroit that's going to go to Toronto here. We got a Canadian Express 457 coming from Moncton. He's already in the air, so he'll be here probably before we get out of here tonight. So we got some traffic starting to build now. It's not busy, but it's steady. It'll get busier as the night goes on, I think. It's a little quiet right now because, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on, but not hearing anybody talking to the other guy here because this guy's text only, but that's fine. Canada's not doing very, very well this evening here. We got with the only controllers online in Canada right now are the ones here in Toronto. We got 3 controllers in Toronto. That's it. It's not a very busy evening on VATSIM here. Saturday night. I guess it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere, which is where a predominant number of VATSIM members are from. And so it seems like the numbers are kind of fading out a little bit compared to where we were.
Toronto Tower, American 5122 seeking IFR clearance to Evansville, please.
American 5182, Toronto Tower, good evening. I see your flight plan here. Are you able to accept an RNAV SID tonight, sir?
I am.
And American 5122, that's clear. I can assign you the VETS2 departure with the Echo Romeo India transition. I see that's in your flight plan already.
I have already added a VETS2 departure, Erie transition, expecting 15 left for departure.
American 5122, perfect. I'm just going to update your flight plan on my end. Stand by for clearance.
Standing by, 5122. Appreciate it.
Oh, got a handoff here from Cleveland, I guess. Who's he handing off here? Skycraft 702. Who is Sky?
American 5122, Tower, after clearance, your advisory copy.
Oh, it's not Cleveland. Of course not. No, it's
American
Skycraft
5122.
702. I have space there.
American 5122, you are cleared to the Kilo Echo Victor Victor.
Crash 702, contact center 12577 again. Have a good night. See ya.
Land route, departure runway 24 right, squawk
Sky Crash 702, later,
Did he just call himself Sky Crash? Did he just call himself Sky Crash?
Okay, clear to Kilo Echo.
Oh, I love it.
Via the VETS2 in departure, Echo Romeo India transition. It's like 24 right, 24 right.
Hello again, it's Skycraft 702 back with the information on
132.8 on the departure.
Skycraft 702, Toronto, welcome back. The altimeter 2984, join the right base, runway 12.
American 5122, no problem, squawk 6162.
Squawk 6162, 5122.
American 5122, your readback is
Toronto Center, Diamond,
taxi information.
Charlie Foxtrot Hotel Foxtrot Romeo with you.
Information Echo is current will advisory, taxi 5122.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, Toronto, good evening.
Toronto Center, Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, good evening. With you at London on the ramp, or at parking, looking for IFR clearance to Toronto.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, Toronto, you are cleared to Toronto via the London 2 departure. Radar vectors to Newber and flight plan route. Depart runway 15, squawk code 0516.
Center Hotel Fox Romeo cleared to Toronto via the London 2 departure, direct to Newber and flight plan route. Take off on runway 15 and squawk 0516, Hotel Fox Romeo.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, readback is correct. I don't have an ATIS up in London, but the winds are showing 180 at 5, the altimeter 2986. Give me a call when you're ready for taxi.
Check the winds and 2986, Hotel Fox Romeo, will do.
Alright, cool. We got another airplane. Love it. This guy's just joining the right base. Not a whole lot going on, but guys, if you want to fly, it's a great night in Toronto for flying. It's not too busy, and if you want, if you're new to VATSIM, and I know I always get lots of people who are watching this video who are new to VATSIM.
Toronto Center, Hotel Fox Romeo, ready for taxi.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, Toronto, the altimeter again, 2986, runway 15, taxi Bravo, Golf, cross runway 09er.
Taxi Bravo Golf, cross runway 09er, Hotel Fox Romeo.
Yeah, so if, like I said, I always seem to get a lot of people watching this channel that are new to VATSIM and are shy about VATSIM. If you want to try out VATSIM, come on down tonight. It's not busy, so I've got time to sort of help you out if you're having a problem with anything. There's lots of small airports. You don't have to go to Toronto Pearson. Oshawa's a great little small airport to operate out of, as well as we have Hamilton, Kitchener, Waterloo, London. There's also Trenton, Ottawa, And if you really want the northern experience, Sault Ste. Marie up here. So um, those are all controlled airports in the Toronto FIR, and if you want to just come to circuits, something small and simple and easy, and just sort of just wet your whistle with VATSIM, it's a great way to do it. Just go do circuits, just to try it out, see how the communication works. Just get used to the idea of talking to people. Those airports are all really quiet right now. The whole operation's pretty quiet right now, so I can help you out with anything that's giving you issues if you want to come on down. So I always put that invite out there. I'm always willing to work with people, help help introduce them to VATSIM. I think VATSIM is just a fun place to play. We try to do our best to be as realistic as possible, and but it's all about learning too. Like, that's one of the things that I do like is it's really all about learning, trying to become a better aviator, whether you're a pilot, whether you're a controller, trying to always work to improve. You're never going to be perfect. We're always going to make mistakes, but we're always striving for improvement. So we got a couple of airplanes on the ground in Toronto now. 3 airplanes. It didn't take long. Hopefully they're not going south, because south, it always ends up being there in our airspace for a very short period of time. Air 1. Oh, someone's going to be Air 1. Nice. I like it. Skycraft 702. The Oshawa winds 200 at 2. Clear to land runway 12.
Clear to land runway 12, Skycraft 702.
I really should be saying light and variable at this point. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto, you ready?
Toronto Center, Hotel Fox Romeo, yeah, we're good to go.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 180 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 15.
Clear for takeoff, runway 15, and we'll contact you in the air, Hotel Fox Romeo.
Yeah, so it's getting a little busier. Like I said, we got 3 departures on the ground in Toronto. We got actually 1 out of city center as well. I don't know where he's going. Doesn't have a flight plan yet. We got 4 on the ground in Toronto. Wow. What did I say? What did I say when we started this? It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to start to build the traffic. I have now been online for 52 minutes, according to the little timer here in the corner of my screen. So we are reaching that kind of critical point where people are like, okay, he's not going to be here just for 5 minutes. I should log on and do a flight here. So we're starting to see some aircraft here. I'm going to turn on this filter though, because it's driving me nuts that I can see all these airplanes on the ground here. Shouldn't be able to see these airplanes on the ground. I may need to set the altitude filter here. There, that'll do it.
Toronto Center, Hotel Foxtrot Romeo is with you off 15 in London through 1500.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto. Confirm your squawking code 0516.
Squawking 0516, Hotel Fox Romeo, my bad.
Skycraft 702, welcome to Oshawa. Left turn on Bravo and taxi Bravo cross runway 05 to the apron.
Bravo cross 05 and press Skycraft 702. Thanks to the ATC, sir. Have a good night.
No problem, anytime. Have a good night. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto, thanks. Identified climbing through 2,300, climb 9,000. At 3,000, turn left, direct Nuber on course.
Climb 9,000 and through 3,000, direct Nuber on course, Hotel Fox Romeo.
Why is he showing up if I got the filter on? Lord. Do I need to set like a top of like... Or is it because I've still got him tagged up? It's probably because I still have him tagged up. Yeah, that's why, because I hadn't tagged up still. All right, looks like we got some people on the ground in Toronto. Somebody's starting a taxi here already, but we got quite a few airplanes on the ground. Toronto is departing runway 24 right. It's arriving 15 left, departing 24 right. I think I went through this earlier when I started the stream. It's a bit of a weird configuration. It's not a normal configuration, but like I said, this summer has been a little bit odd in Toronto. I just feel like my screen's just a little, my camera's just a little bit high here. There we go. There's lots of construction. So we're getting lots of weird runway configurations. We don't normally do intersecting runway configurations in Toronto. Normally, it's, you know, if the winds are favoring the 15s and they're strong enough where it needs to be 15, it's usually arrive 15 right, depart 15 left. Otherwise, it's, you know, depart the parallel runways, arrive the parallel runways. We don't normally do intersecting operations except at night. Late at night, when there's very little operation happening, they'll usually do intersecting runway operations because that's preferred. But to do it during the day is very kind of unusual in Toronto. So I think it's just a case of just the but it's really just a question of the construction. There's tons of stuff. I don't even have the NOTAMs up, but now I'm curious. I'm going to pull up the NOTAMs for Toronto here. If I can do it here. There it is. Just gotta log in now. I hate that you have to log in to retrieve NOTAMs from NavCanada's site now. That really bugs me. Alright, so let's see here. These are all national ones we don't care about. COVID-19, national NOTAMs, we don't care, we don't care. Alright, Alpha between Alpha Kilo and Alpha Limo not authorized to expand here at 118. 0523 is closed Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's open now, I guess, but anyways. Fox 1, Fox 3, Foxtrot between Fox Alpha, Tango between Foxtrot and Foxtrot 3. 06 left 24 right closed. Available as taxiway Monday to Saturday, 10:30 to 10 to 2200. 15 right 33 left closed. 1300 to 2100 daily. It just closures all over the place. 24 left 6 right closed daily. 0200 to 1000. Trying to dance around all these closures and restrictions. It's just it's a bit hilarious. And this is why, again, we got unusual runway configurations going on because traffic is starting to build up this summer. That's something I have been told. I haven't been to the airport too much myself, but I have been told that traffic it's not back to normal by any means, but it's definitely building up from where it was, 3-6 months ago. 3-6 months ago, it was just dead at the airport most of the time, but it's building up now again. All right, so I can probably close the London view again and the Oshawa view again. Let's see. So right now I just got the one aircraft right here tracking towards Toronto, and I got these two guys up north who are about to leave. Winnipeg is not online, so I'm just going to be turfing them to Unicom. I did also notice we do have one guy coming in here at 380, so we'll make sure we pick him up in time. 5 departures out of Toronto now, on the ground in Toronto departing. Does not take long for these guys to build up. We got an inbound from Boston. We got the Canadian Express 547 inbound from Moncton. We got an inbound from Minneapolis that's going to be here in about 45 minutes. We're going to have a whole swarm of arrivals by the looks of it, 45 minutes to an hour. Adam, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. It's a little bit quiet right now, but hopefully it'll get a little bit busier as the night goes on. We got lots of departures on the ground now. Now we're just sort of waiting for them to get airborne. I've got quite a few controllers helping me out here now. We got a tower controller and we got an arrival controller. So they're definitely taking some of the load off. If I was doing all this all by myself, it'd be a lot more busy. And actually, I could probably go back to listening on these frequencies because there's not much happening in my airspace at this time. So I can pull them up and I can take them off when I need to. And it helps. You know, obviously if it's busy, you don't want to be listening to anybody else's frequency, but it's kind of nice to listen to other frequencies when it's quiet. Kind of gets you, just sort of paying attention to what's going on. So this guy's going to leave my airspace in what, like 3 minutes here? Yep, 3 minutes. This guy's going to be about 7 or 8 minutes. Those are 3-minute lines. So. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto. The information in Toronto is still Echo and plan runway 15 left for arrival.
Hello, plan 15 left. And can we get the request the ILS for 15 left? And we'll pick up Echo in a minute here.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo. You could probably expect the ILS, but make that request with the arrival controller.
We'll go Hotel Fox Romeo.
I would expect he's going to get the ILS, but it's not really my domain to issue approaches if there's a terminal controller online. It's not my domain, so I shouldn't be making promises that I can't keep. Citation taxing out here.
Air 1 winds 170 at 3, clear for takeoff 248.
Better go 248, Air 1.
Air 1. I like it. Air 1 is supposed to be the police helicopter. There's my list of aircraft here. Let's see if he's in the list here. Air 1. What type of aircraft is he listed as? He's listed as a C700.
Good evening, Toronto Tower. Rogue One, mic check.
Rouge 1, Toronto Tower, good evening, you 505.
Tower number 421, X-ray series holding short 23, ready to go.
421, X-ray, continuing holding short 23, and aircraft firing 248.
Hold short 231, X-ray short.
Was not able to confirm that mic check for Rogue 1.
Rogue 1, Toronto Tower, good evening, here 505.
Alright, Air Canada 3176 is leaving my airspace to the west. If Winnipeg's not online, you can go to Unicom. Rogue 1. Shouldn't it be Rouge 1? It's not Rogue, it's Rouge.
American 5122, holding short 24 right.
American 5122, roger, continue holding short for traffic. Actually, American 5122, correction, runway 24 right, line of wait.
Line of wait, 5122.
Air 1, contact arrival, 132, decimal 8, see you later.
Switching to arrival now, thanks, Air 1.
When I got the arrival frequency up, I never heard this guy.
1 extra.
Departure Air 1's with you off 248 through 5000 free.
Departure got 23 for 1, extra.
Air 1, Toronto arrival, good evening. You're identified. Proceed direct to mix it on course. Climb to flight level, correction, climb 15,000, 15,000.
Okay, proceed as filed and up to 15,000 for Air 1.
So when I listen to the other frequencies, then it suddenly sounds busy. Planning some VFR flying tonight, maybe that'll give you some traffic to deal with. Adam, bring it on. I love VFR traffic. We don't get enough of it in the Toronto FIR especially. It's one thing I've been controlling a lot in Vancouver. It's a great place for VFR. There's a whole ton of, first of all, it's beautiful scenery.
Clear for takeoff 24 right, American 5122.
And there's a whole ton of controlled airports, really close proximity. In a 30-mile radius, there's like 6 controlled airports in the Vancouver area. So it's a great place to kind of go and fly and get some good VATSIM ATC. And it's a great place to fly VFR because there's so many small controlled airports in a very close proximity there. So it's tons of fun. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Toronto, proceed direct Rocktow.
Direct Rocktow, Hotel Fox Romeo.
I just looking at him moving at his 130 knots here
X-ray, contact arrival.
in the Twin Star, and I'm just like, yeah, let's give him a little shortcut, get him there just a little faster.
151.8 for 1 extra sure.
American 5122, caution, I have an aircraft crossing your departure path currently, about 1.5 miles.
1 extra sure with you at 3,500, flight level 200.
Roger, copy that. American 5120.
Number 421 X-ray arrival, good evening, identified. Proceed direct to Mixed on course, climb 15,000.
122.8 for arrival, thanks to the ATC, 5122.
Proceed on course up to 15,000 for 1 extra sure.
Roger, Air 1, contact center 12577, have a good night.
We're just going to turn off the other frequencies again because it's just getting a little bit busy there on both of them, which is fine. Actually gives us something to listen to here. Where's the citation going to anyways? He's going to Detroit. I believe he has a altitude limit of 220. But now I'm going to just check to make sure I am correct, and maybe that was rescinded at some point.
Center Air 1's with you, flight level 150.
Air 1 Toronto Center, good evening. Continue climb flight level 220.
That's a 220 Air 1, thanks.
I'm just going to check because I'm about 85% certain that he is limited to 220 going to Detroit. But before I state that out loud on the frequency, I want to double check. And this is the thing, like in the real world you would have to know all these things off by heart. In the VATSIM world, controllers are hobbyists. They're only doing this as a part-time fun thing. So memorizing stuff is just not always part of the formula. Like the more common stuff, yes, but certain things you're just not going to remember it, so you have to know how to look up the information as well. So I'm just trying to look it up here. Detroit, DTW. And it looks like you can do it. Okay, yep. Air 1, continue climb flight level 240.
240 for Air 1, thanks.
Alright, he can do it. It's 260 at or below 260, so he can do 240, it's fine. I just wanted to be sure. Oh, we got 2 citations. Ah, okay, here we go. Looks like we got plenty of space between them anyways right now. Yeah, I got 20 miles. That's good.
Toronto Center, 421, X-ray with you at level 15,000.
November 421, X-ray Toronto, good evening. Continue climb flight level 200.
India 200 for 1 X-ray.
Unfortunately, with these guys going south, they're not going to be in our airspace that long. Lots of departures, very short time frame with us here. These guys are really motoring too. 500 knots ground speed. Holy bajolies.
Toronto Center, American 5122, 141 for 15,005.
American 5122 Toronto, good evening. Continue climb flight level 230.
Continue climbing flight level 230, American 5122.
Jazz 621 Toronto, you've left my airspace to the west. Your radar service terminates at this time, and switch to en route frequency. Have a good day. Good night. So this United 128 still having trouble with his radios. Not able to tune our frequency here. So it's this guy right here. Air 1, contact Cleveland Center now on 134.9er. Good night.
Hey, switching now. Thanks for your help, Air 1.
Good night.
Toronto Center, Hotel Foxtrot Romeo. I'm having trouble picking up the ATIS. Can you confirm the frequency for Toronto ATIS 120.825?
Yeah, it should be 120.825. Can you get it by text at least? Sometimes that voice channel still does not work properly. You'd think they'd fix those by now.
I'm not even sure how to get it by text.
Alright, stand by. Let's see if we can find out something here. Alright, let's just do a couple things here. Oh, that's not going to work. American 5122, contact Cleveland Center now, 134.9er. Good night.
134.9er. Good night. Thanks for the ATC.
And Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, I see you're using vPilot there. If you right-click on the ATIS, controller there in the list of all the controllers that's online, it should see request information, controller information. So right-click on the CYYZ ATIS in the list of all the online controllers, and then hit request information. It should send you the ATIS.
Center Hotel Foxtrot Romeo. Yeah, that worked, and it looks like Foxtrot is the latest, so I picked that up now. Yes, second time on VATSIM, so thanks for the help.
Not a problem. Everybody's learning all the time on this network, so no problem at all.
Much appreciated.
Alright, let's get this guy handed off as well. Not that I want to see these guys go goodbye, but you know. November 421 X-ray. X-ray, contact contact Cleveland Center now, 134.9er. Good night.
134.9er for 1 extra, good night.
Alright, well at least we got that guy identified. Alright, those guys are off to Cleveland, and people keep talking on the channel. I'm not even paying attention because I'm just trying to do my thing here. But Divot, hello, nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a little while, so it's good to see you back again. Hopefully you get a chance to come on and fly with us here. Yeah, I have to say, Toronto's been a little bit hit and miss lately. It used to be like a very, very reliable FIR to have a ton of ATC online. Oh, there you go. If you double-click the channel name too in Pilot Client there. I didn't know if you can double-clicking does it as well. I always use to right-click and hit Get Information. So there you go. I just learned something as well. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame, and you're right. I have noticed that in the last 3 months or so, the ATC in Toronto has fallen off a little bit. And I think I have to say that I think part of that is just due to the overall situation that's going on now. So you know, people are spending less time at home finally. People are starting to get out into the world again, which is great. But also it's summer. Traditionally, VATSIM is less active in summer because people just go outside in the winter, and I shouldn't say that bit, but it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere. Because it is a worldwide network, but it tends to be kind of Northern Hemisphere centric. There's a lot of Europeans, a lot of North Americans. So when it's their summer, they tend to spend time outside and not on the network. So you do notice that the overall numbers of the network tend to go down, especially in the May, June, July, August kind of range. And then kind of when September school starts up again, things sort of start to get a little bit more normal, and the temperature gets a little bit cooler. You see people come on this guy here. Yep. You see people come on a little bit more, so yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but I have noticed that. But there's always an ebb and flow, always in VATSIM as well. Ricardo just wants to know how long I'm going to be online for. I'm going to be here till midnight, 4 Zulu, so midnight Toronto time. So another hour and a half. So if you got time to get this flight going, yeah, I'm going to be here until 4 Zulu. But yeah, the summer every activity wanes a little bit, and then every FIR things just wane because it's just all volunteers. People sort of have other interests, their lives change. You know, people who were college students one year now are getting a job and working full time the next year, and they're no longer available as much. People retire, they have more time on their hands, so you never know what's going to cause a place to become more or less active over time. You know, it's just sort of there's a natural sort of come and go with it. So. On the Nuber 4, Lucas, is that you at the Japan Airlines there? In the 767? No, that's not you, is it? I'm trying to find you here. Are you in the Canadian Express 457? No. Air Canada 1013. Oh, that's you, Air Canada 1013. I believe that's you right here. Squawking 3074, flight level 370. So yes, I do see you now. You should be talking to Cleveland right now if you're not. I think you are though, right? If you're not, you should be. Shame on you. Alright, I guess I'll get rid of my one airplane I have left here. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. Good night.
Over to Toronto arrival, 132. Correction, 132.8. Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Japan 2359, Toronto Center, good evening, flight level 230, identified. And Japan Air 2359er, information Toronto is Foxtrot, plan runway 15 left. And I just love the multicultural nature of VATSIM, that you can get people who are from all around the world with different accents, speak different languages, obviously, and we can all come together in a network and enjoy this network together. I love kind of doing flights over to Europe. I love doing flights to Europe, and I love talking to the European ATC, and it's just, you know, it makes me feel like I've arrived in London when I talk to a controller with a British accent, or I feel like I've arrived in Frankfurt when I talk to a controller with a German accent. It's such a silly thing, but it really, again, it just adds so much to the immersion talking to people with real accents. That's something that Microsoft Flight Simulator I don't think is ever going to really be able to really do well. Let's see. Yeah, Air Canada 1013. How long am I going to be on for? Tim, I'm going to be here till midnight. Midnight Toronto time, so 4 Zulu. So you got just a little under an hour and a half. If you want to do a flight, come on down. I got lots of airports. Come on, fly out of Kingston. Just fly down to Toronto from Kingston or something. We got lots of stuff. I've got a arrival controller and a tower controller, so I'm not very busy right now. This is the only unfortunate thing, and I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. But I think arrival is kind of usually the more entertaining position. I'm actually going to bring up their frequencies again because it's just quiet for me right now. So until things get a little bit busy here, which is going to be about a half an hour, it's going to start to really kind of pick up with a bunch of arrivals. If I did circuits in Oshawa, would it be controlled by you right now? Yes. And here's a fun thing. Yeah, like if the tower is closed in real life, then is it controlled in the VATSIM network? And that's kind of a... You're not wrong to assume that. I tend to control it anyways if I'm online.
Oscar Romeo Echo. If you guys are not busy, we'll like to do some low and over at the international.
Yeah, Oscar Romeo Echo, yeah, no problem.
But yeah, if you would like certainly service, I can definitely provide it at this point. So I'm going to say that yes, normally the tower should be closed by now, but I'm going to continue to provide service in Oshawa for the next until I close down at midnight. That's one place where I kind of take a little bit of license, and even towers that are supposed to be closed, I tend to leave them open.
Continue runway heading for a moment.
Runway 24 right. Runway heading 2986. Taxi Echo Delta.
Jeff, I'm glad you enjoy it. There's quite a few people that stream that stream ATC now. Not so much on YouTube, but there's quite a few Twitch people. There's one guy in Boston who seems to stream nonstop, and he's online for 8 to 10 hours at a time. So I'm sure you've seen his stream. I can't remember what his Twitch handle is now. He always comes up in my stream because
Romeo Echo left routes approved.
Obviously VATSIM is an interesting topic to me here.
Expect runway 23.
Alright, 23 and the left approved, Oscar Romeo Echo.
He's not online right now. I don't think so. I don't see his stream right now. Yeah, I don't know who. I can't think of his name now. I know his name, but I can't think of his. I can't think of his.
Center UPS 352 heavy level 340 about 70 northeast of the Moosonee Vior.
UPS 370 Toronto Center. Good evening. Standby 1. And sorry, UPS was it 370?
UPS 352.
Sorry, UPS 352. Sorry, my bad there. UPS 352 Toronto. Squawk code 0552.
No problem. 0552 UPS 352.
Tower Lindbergh 4510 ready taxi 24 right.
Hey, Lindbergh, I hear you.
Runway 24 right, altimeter 2986. Taxi via Alpha Kilo Bravo Delta, hold short 24 right.
Alpha Kilo Bravo Delta, short 24 right, Lindbergh 4510.
UPS 352 Heavy Toronto, thank you. You're identified, flight level 340, welcome.
Howdy.
Alright, he's just coming right through our airspace. Cool, but I didn't even have to prompt him. He was here before, Oh, here comes another one. China Eastern on its way from Detroit over to Toronto. I love it. And then there was a handoff here. He must have canceled the handoff because I don't see it flashing anymore. Air Canada 1013. He was trying to hand you to me. I do see it here. Okay, it's just because it's not on my list. Now it's in my list. There we go. It's not correlating properly, but now it will correlate properly. There we go. Now it's going to start to get busy. Sheed, yes, thank you. I couldn't think what his Twitch call sign was, but yeah, Sheed. He streams like 8 hours at a time. Like, this guy is just a machine. All right, can't focus on both. Talk to you soon. Yeah, Lucas, I don't blame you for dropping off the stream. Yeah, it's tough to multitask, especially when you sort of hear things echoing.
Oscar Romeo Echo, contact Toronto 1187. Have a good night.
187 Oscar Romeo Echo, thanks.
Yeah, Jeff, just search for me on Twitch on the same call sign, Captain Nabs, and you'll find me on Twitch as well. I do my flight streaming on Twitch, and I do my ATC streaming on YouTube. I think I might switch all my streaming to Twitch, but now it seems like I'm building up a following here on YouTube of people who want to watch, so I'm not sure.
Victoria Oscar Romeo Echo 3800 southeast of International. We'll be doing some low and over at International.
And now that you guys have told me his handle, I'm going to add him to my... I'm going to follow him on Twitch.
Romeo Echo, Toronto Tower, good evening. Remain at least 3 miles to the east of Toronto at all times until turning final for 23. Final.
Pleasure, Oscar Romeo.
Toronto Center, good evening, China Eastern 2411, maintain 17,000 with you.
China Eastern 2411, Toronto Center, good evening, identified, welcome.
China Eastern 2411.
Toronto Center, good evening, Air Canada 1013, flight level 340 to 310, cross and maintain at D-box.
Air Canada 1013, Toronto, good evening, welcome. Information in Toronto is Foxtrot, plan runway 15 left.
I'm sorry, we do have Foxtrot on board. That's my fault. Air Canada 1013.
Air Canada 1013, no problem. China Eastern 2411, the same for you. Information Foxtrot in Toronto, plan runway 15 left.
Information Foxtrot, number 4 level, approach 15 left, China Eastern 2411.
Roger. Alright, so we got a little bit of a race going on between these two guys here.
Lindbergh, 4510, give way to the Sunwing 737, proceeding down Delta currently, crossing 3 right.
We'll give way to the aircraft.
And I'm going to say the Air Canada is going to overtake because he's doing 500 knots. China Eastern's doing 440.
Romeo after Igtil, fly heading 060. 060 after Igtil, Hotel Fox
Tower, Charlie Fox, Oscar Romeo Echo. You guys want us to come in straight to the base, runway 23?
Oscar Romeo Echo, shouldn't actually be a problem now. I have my departures coming, aren't going to be launching off 24 right for a while, so if you want to come in a little bit closer, just advise turning final 23.
Alright, we'll do Charlie Fox, Oscar Romeo Echo.
Sounds like they're having fun in the terminal unit here. I think we got a VFR that's just going to come and do a low and over in Toronto, so seems like fun. That seems like a fun day. Kind of glad in one way that I do have some help here. That's taking the load off me so I can focus on other things. There's not a whole lot going on, but I do have these 2 arrivals that I'm going to have to pace them out. I think it's going to work out just fine. We'll see how it goes as I continue the descent. Air Canada 1013 Toronto, when ready, continue descent, flight level 240.
When ready, flight level 240, Air Canada 1013.
I guess it's not really a continued descent since he is now level. Continue is kind of a probably not the best phraseology to use, but anyways.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, descend 3000. Descend 3000, Hotel Foxtrot Romeo.
Still got 3 departures here out of Toronto, looking good. Got 1 airborne out of Boston. Got Canadian Express 547s just passing beam Montreal pretty much. We got another. No, sorry, those are the departures. We got 1 more guy coming up from Washington by the looks of it. So it doesn't take long. It does not take long to build up some
Sunwing 9010,
traffic.
winds 150 at 4, quick takeoff 24 right.
Clear takeoff 24 right, Sunwing 9010.
Japan Air 2359 Heavy, when ready, descend 12,000, the Toronto altimeter 2986.
When ready, descend 12,000, altimeter 299, correction,
86.
296, Japan 2359.
Japan 2359 Heavy Raj. China Eastern 2411, London altimeter 2986.
Altimeter 2986.
Roger.
Hotel Foxtrot Romeo, turn right heading 110, intercept the localized air, cleared ILS 15 left approach.
On the low approach,
Right turn 110, intercept the localized air for
Air Canada 1013 Toronto, keep your speed up in the descent for me. You're just slightly ahead of a 737, so I just need you to go a little bit faster in the descent if you could.
Alright, no problem. We'll roll that up a little bit for as long as we can. Air Canada 1013.
Air Canada 1013, thank you very much. And continue descent 12,000 on Toronto altimeter 2986.
Descend 12,000, altimeter 2986, Air Canada 1013.
Nope, that did not work. 12,000. There you go. Oh, hey, you know what? It's VATSIM. You can do what you like in VATSIM. One of the things I just love about VATSIM is that, yes, we have a Japan Eastern flight that came from Detroit to Toronto, and another one, a China Eastern, that came from Detroit to Toronto. Why not? It's still fun. It's still different from what we're doing normally. So, and it's building up traffic. So you know what?
Toronto UPS 352.
UPS 352, go.
So do you mind if we step away for about 10 minutes?
UPS 352, that's approved. Just let me know when you're back, please.
Okay, thank you.
So that'll put him to, we'll just say 0300. Now we got a pretty good lead here. China Eastern 2411, what's your indicated airspeed?
Speed 330.
China Eastern 2411, reduce speed 300 or less, please.
Speed reduced to 3300 or less than China Eastern 241.
Roger. That should probably do it. Because they're almost, I might have to turn him here. I might have to turn him to build this sequence. It's just not quite working out here, but that's okay. Okay, it is handed off. It's just I couldn't see the little tag there. Japan Airlines 2359er, contact Toronto arrival 132.8. Good night.
Toronto arrival 120.8, Japan 2359.
And Japan 2359, just make sure it was 132.8, 32.8.
32.8, Japan 2359.
You got it. Thank you. I'm going to have to turn this China Eastern a little bit, I think. Or get him to reduce just a little bit more. He's just not quite going to. China Eastern 2411, you're still catching up to the traffic. Speed 270 or less.
Roger, speed 270 or less, China Eastern 2411.
Just not quite doing it. What are the odds? You know, I don't have that many airplanes in my airspace. What are the odds that two of them are gonna just reach the points here just at the same time? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to turn him a little bit too, just to lose like another minute. It's just not quite gonna work otherwise.
Right 330, climb flight level 230, Limburg 4510. Roger.
Better make that turn nice and tight.
Sure, make it go ahead.
Oscar Romeo Echo, just want to confirm you're heading down to City Center currently, eh?
Eh?
You want us to heading back to City Center?
Oscar Romeo Echo, negative, just want to seat your attention, please.
Yeah, well, we're going to go back to the City Center.
Oscar Romeo Echo, affirmative, you can proceed southbound towards
Runway 9010, contact center 12577, have a good night.
Clear of the airport.
Alright, we'll do Oscar Romeo.
Sunwing 9010, contact center 12577, have a good night.
Air Canada 1013.
Air Canada 1013, go.
Just a question, we're going to maintain, we got 320 knots here, the 250 at Rockto, that still applies?
Air Canada 1013, affirmative. Resume the published speeds at Rockto, please.
Just want to confirm, thanks.
No problem. China Eastern 2411, vectors for sequence, turn right heading 140, descend 12, 2000.
Turn right heading 140, descend to 2000, China Eastern 2411.
Roger. Couldn't get it working. Just going to need just a minute or two on this parallel heading, just to lose a little bit more speed. Sunwing 9010 Toronto, are you here?
Sunwing 9010 is with you, it's leveling 230.
Sunwing 9010 Toronto, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 400.
Continue climb level 400, Sunwing 9010.
He's going to Chicago. Lindbergh's going to Chicago. At least that's my guess since he's on the go-pup departure. I don't actually know. I'm just totally speculating, but seems about right. Need about one more minute here.
Toronto Center, Lindbergh 4510, climbing through 17,000 for flight level 230.
Travis, hello. Lindbergh 4510 Toronto, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Lindbergh 4510.
China Eastern 2411, turn left direct Nuber.
Turn left to Newburgh, China Eastern 2411.
China Eastern 2411, that's correct. At Nuber, resume the Nuber 4 arrival.
Nuber 4 arrival, copy China Eastern 2411.
That should be more than enough now. We'll see as he comes around here, but that should be more than enough for him to... Not going to show anything yet till he comes around. Still got a bunch of departures down there in Toronto, so it is still keeping busy. Yeah, thank you, Lucas, for holding the 320. It just was not quite enough. This guy was just trucking along. Unfortunately, there's not much you can do. Sometimes I tried to take the early action and tried to sort of stop it. Obviously, the speed control was just not enough to get enough of a difference. I need 10 miles between you guys when you cross that boundary into the terminal unit, which just was not going to happen. So now it should be able to Air Canada 1013, proceed direct Rocktow.
Okay, direct Rocktow, Air Canada 1013.
Thank you. Hopefully that doesn't mess you up too much. If you just cut that corner just a little bit, just helps me out just that much more. But I think the space is going to be fine now.
It worked.
Oh, I love it. It worked. I love when pilots just doubt that it's going to work. It's the A3NX. It's you're hoping for the best, assuming the worst, hoping for the best. Yeah, it's going to put you about that. That was probably overkill, but anyways, it's not like I have anybody behind him, so I don't have to worry too much about causing a big backlog behind him. So if I got an extra couple of miles of separation that I didn't need, that's fine. Air Canada 1013, contact Toronto arrival, a 132.8. Safe flying. Thanks for visiting. We'll see you next time.
Over to arrival 132.8. Thanks so much, Rob. It's always a pleasure. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Definitely we'll see you soon. Hopefully we'll get another flight in sometime soon. We'll try to do that Charlottesville one next. Charlottesville back to Toronto. We'll try and make it a daytime flight. I really want to make it a daytime flight. A little jaunt over to CYSJ. Yeah, that could be a good idea as well. I like it. Sunwing is actually going to Yam. I didn't realize he was going to Yam. Oh, interesting. I better pull up some weather for Sault Ste. Marie. 280 at 7. I'm going to guess it's going to be straight in on the RNAV or the VOR approach, the VOR DME to runway 30. And how often do people do VOR DME approaches anymore? Almost never, right? Well, you're about to watch one probably. The 3.7? I mean, he may just do the... Yeah, he's in the 3.7. He may just opt for the RNAV nowadays, but that used to be the approach that everyone did.
UPS 352 is back with you.
UPS 352, Toronto, thank you.
Yeah.
That was pretty much bang on 10 minutes. Some people say 10 minutes, they mean 10 minutes. Some people say 10 minutes, they mean 20. Alright, so we got some weather for Yam. Yeah, we'll see what he wants to do. If he wants to do the straight-in RNAV or the VOR. I think the tower is closed by now as well, but what the hell, we'll provide tower services to Sault Ste. Marie. Why not? So let's just open this up, and do I have a ground view of Sault Ste. Marie? I do not. So let's open this one up, and then we do... There we go. Now I have a tower view.
Toronto Caravan, Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Foxtrot Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto. Good evening.
Good evening. We're on the ground at Trenton requesting IFR to Peterborough.
Foxtrot Kilo Alpha Delta, stand by. Let me just check you out here. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, that works. Okay. I also need the weather in Trenton. 04, so 06. Alright, Foxtrot Kilo Alpha Delta, you're cleared to Peterborough via the Trenton 1 departure. And radar vectors to Beaumont, then flight plan route. Departure runway 06, squawk code 0557.
Cleared Peterborough, Trenton 1, radar vectors Beaumont, then as filed, flight plan route. Departing 06 on 0557, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
Fox Kilo Alpha Delta, the readback is all correct. The Trenton winds are showing 050 at 2 and the altimeter 2985. Let me know when you're ready for taxi.
Follow Charlie Fox Kilo Alpha Delta, we're ready now for taxi.
Alright, stand by 1 second. China Eastern 2411. Contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8.
Contact approach 132 Toronto 8. Thanks for service. Cheers.
China Eastern 2411, correct. Have a good night.
Today.
Alright, sorry about that. Kilo Alpha Delta, runway 06, and again the altimeter 2985. Taxi apron at your discretion, and Papa, hold short 06, advise ready.
The aprons are discretion, Papa, hold short 06, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
Oh, making me pull up all sorts of charts here, guys. Trenton and Sioux and now Peterborough. I haven't been to Peterborough in a dog's age, so I don't even know what's active there anymore. I imagine they must have an RNAV to both ends, I would think. They do flight training there and everything. Yeah, RNAV to both ends. Okay, that's good. And good morning. How do I become a controller on VATSIM? Asked Tila. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name. I'm sorry. Talagano Mabilo. Do you also cover YHM, or is that a rival's job? The way it's set up right now, I will cover YHM. So if you fly in or out of YHM, I will be covering you. Who is being handed off to me? This Delta 519. Love it. Lots more traffic can be coming. I need the Peterborough altimeter and everything now. All right. Sunwing 9010 Toronto. I have the Sault Ste. Marie weather from, let's see, there was a Specie at 214 Zulu if you'd like to copy it.
Yeah, we got that one too. Not looking too good, eh?
Sunwing 9010, it is not. I don't have any other traffic inbound to the Sioux, so your choice of approach, just let me know what you'd like to do to try and sneak in there.
Alright, we'll run some numbers. We'll get back to you for Sunwing 9010.
Roger. because he's got a tailwind. It's favoring 30. The ILS is on 12, so he's got a tailwind for the ILS, but it's only 7 knots, so most aircraft can usually handle that. 737 should be able to handle that. He's probably going to have to hit it at flap 40 potentially, and a lot of brake, but it should be a workable landing, I would think. I forget what the runway length is in the Sioux. I'm going to look it up now here.
Toronto Center, Delta 519er, flight level 230.
Delta 519er, Toronto Center at 230. Good evening. What's on this file for? 6,000 feet is what he's got, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit iffy, I think. But it shouldn't be contaminated, so I mean, that definitely works to his advantage. But it's 2.5 miles in mist, broken at 300, so probably the only way he's getting in there is on the ILS. He's going to have to probably crunch the numbers, but...
Toronto Center, good evening. Canadian Express 547 with you, flight level 360, en route for Toronto.
Canadian Express 547, Toronto Center, good evening, Squawk Cadet. Canadian Express 547, thank you. Identified flight level 360, welcome. Information in Toronto is Foxtrot, plan runway 15 left.
Perfect, have Foxtrot and plan 15 left for Canadian Express 547.
Nice. Getting a little bit busy here. I like it. I like it.
Toronto Sunwing 9010, we'll try LS12.
Sunwing at 9010, Roger, you can plan on that. Still no RNAV transitions for that. He's going to have to set up, set him up for vectors. That's okay, we can do that. Travis, it was nice to see you, but you're going to have to go to Cleveland now. Oh, he's leaving, actually. He may not take you. Is he leaving? No. He is vanished off the network for a moment. His connection's unreliable. Yeah, the pink means that the connection's not good. Nope. I think pink means the connection's not good, because I'm pretty sure it's orange means he's leaving. Yeah, whatever. Kilo Alpha Delta, you ready?
Kilo Alpha Delta is ready.
Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. Trenton winds light and variable, clear for takeoff, runway 06.
Call you airborne, clear for takeoff, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
Still got quite a ways to go to Sault Ste. Marie here. He's 164 back, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down a distance from Sunwing to CYAM just so I can kind of keep track of it, but he's got 160 miles to go, so he doesn't need to start down for a while here. Probably about 30 or 40 miles he can start down. I don't need the Toronto arrival and tower frequencies to know how busy it is now. Okay, sorry. And yes, Telegano asked how to become a VATSIM controller. Well, it depends on where you want to become a VATSIM controller. So the first thing, of course, if you haven't already, is you have to join the VATSIM network. So you go to vatsim.net, make sure you signed up for the network, that you have your own controller ID. Once you've got your controller ID, then you have to figure out where you want to control. So there's different organizations responsible for different parts of the world. For Canada, it's called VATCAN. For the USA, it's called VATUSA. For Europe, it's VATUD. Nice, Air Jamaica 220's coming. Love it. And so it depends. Like every sort of different geographical areas are run by different divisions, and they are responsible for all the controller certifications. So once you have a VATSIM ID, then you find the website for that particular organization. You can find it through the VATSIM website. You can search VATSIM and find out what organization controls in the area you want to control, but then you would apply to that organization.
Lindbergh 4510, do you want us switching over to en route?
Lindbergh 4510, stay with me just for a moment here.
Roger, we'll stay with you.
Toronto Center, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta is airborne off runway 06 for climbing 800 for 4,000.
Kilo Alpha Delta Toronto, I just see a prime target only. Just make sure the transponder's on, please.
Yeah, we're showing squawking mode, Charlie.
It does not like you. Hey, Kilo Alpha Delta, yeah, not showing up here with a mode A or a mode C here. If you can just maybe just give it a recycle or give it a little kick or something.
We'll do that. Stand by.
Give it a little applied mechanics. Kilo Alpha Delta, still no joy in the transponder there. You can climb and maintain 4,000. Turn left heading 360 for radar identification.
Okay, we'll climb to 4,000, turn left heading 360, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
Yeah, Cleveland's not taking his hand off, and I'm not sure why. Delta 519 Toronto. The information Toronto is Foxtrot. Plan the ILS runway 15 left.
We'll plan for the ILS 15 left, information Foxtrot for Delta 519er.
Kilo Alpha Delta Toronto, radar identified. Report leveling 4,000. Turn left direct Beaumet.
Left direct Beaumet, we'll call you level at 4,000, Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
Sunwing 9010 request.
Sunwing 9010 Toronto, when ready, descend 10,000. The Sioux altimeter is 2990.
10,000 on 2990, Sunwing 9010.
Nope. He doesn't want you. Alright. Lindbergh 4510, yeah, looks like Cleveland does not want you. I'm not sure if he's logging off. He's not answering my query here, but you can switch to en route frequency. Your surveillance service terminates, and have a good night.
All right, thanks a lot. At least it's not penalty sectors. We'll switch over to en route. Lindbergh 4510.
Good night. Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't want him, but okay. Kilo Alpha Delta Toronto, I have the Peterborough weather when you're ready.
Kilo Alpha Delta, go ahead.
And Kilo Alpha Delta, you're now identified. I've got the transponder now, so you can disregard the level report. The Peterborough weather at, let's see, 0200 Zulu, so this is an hour and 12 minutes old now, was an auto sequence. Winds showing 220 at 3 magnetic, 9 miles, and clear. 16 degrees and 10 degrees, altimeter 2986.
Fox Kilo Alpha Delta, roger.
Delta 519 Toronto, when ready, descend 12,000, Toronto altimeter 2986.
When ready, descend to 12,000, 2986 for Delta 519.
Alright, then we got this Rouge 001 here that took off from Toronto. He was talking to the Toronto tower controller, and then he never talked to the departure controller at all. So, don't know what's up with that. And Kilo Alpha Delta Toronto, when able, just say your approach request into Peterborough.
Fox Kilo Alpha Delta, roger, we'll plan the visual for 27.
Kilo Alpha Delta, roger. Canadian Express 547 Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
Down to flight level 240, Canadian Express 547.
Sunwing's still got a ways to go, so I'm not going to bother even giving him much of a turn yet. We'll wait till he's a little closer to Sioux, and then we'll sort of widen him out for a downwind. All right. Okay, nobody's chatting anymore. Guys are just too busy watching the stream, enjoying. See, now it's busy. It takes a while for traffic to build up when you're a controller, and this is the fun thing about streaming is like the first like half an hour to 45 minutes is usually pretty boring unless you kind of leap in where either somebody's been controlling for like the last half hour or an hour or whatever, and there's already a buildup of traffic, or you just happen to leap in and there's just a bunch of airplanes already flying around. And sometimes you see it, and you're like, oh, I see a whole bunch of airplanes in the bound. Let me go and control for a little while. So apparently this Rouge 001 is going to call me. And Cleveland just told me in chat that he's going to be logging off now, so I'm going to talk to him for a grand total of like 10 seconds at this point. But like, why would you take off talking to the tower, and then when the tower tells you to call departure, why would you not call them? For, whatever, like 10, 12 minutes here, 50 miles. Why would you not call them? Frustrating. Still got a few inbounds to Toronto. We got one guy on the ground in Boston trying to get to Toronto. I don't think he's going to make it here in time now. We got about an hour, a little less than an hour left. I don't think we're going to make it. Don't think he's going to make it. We got a couple of Air Canadas off the ground in Washington on their way. If they're fast, they may just make it. And still got a whole bunch of departures on the ground too. So this is going to be a late night session here, I think. We may stay on a little after for Zulu if it's really that busy still. This guy is just not going to call, is he? All right. Canadian Express 547 Toronto, continue descent 12, 2000, the Toronto altimeter 2986.
Down to 12,000, Canadian Express 547.
All right. I'm going to step away just for about 1-2 minutes here. Attention all aircraft, Toronto Centre is going to be unmanned for about the next 2 minutes. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. Just going to step away for a couple minutes here. I've just got to go let those dogs out before they make a mess in the house, but we'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Attention all aircraft, Toronto Center's back on frequency. Sunwing 9010 Toronto, turn left 10 degrees, vectors for the ILS runway 12.
Left 10 degrees, vectors ILS 12, Sunwing 9010.
I got people texting me questions. Now the Rouge finally texts me. Interesting. Rouge finally, the Rouge 001 finally texted me when he's like 4 minutes south of my airspace. Kilo Alpha Delta Toronto, when ready to send 3000, and the Peterborough Airport's at your 12 o'clock for about 12 miles.
When ready to send 3000, Fox, Kilo Alpha Delta.
There we go, not too much else happened while I was gone, fortunately. That worked out pretty well. All right, Tama TG, welcome to the stream. I stepped away for just a couple minutes there. I had to just let the dogs out before they peed in the house. So, what's my favorite plane to fly in the sim? Depends on the sim. Had a great landing. Friday night or Saturday works for you next week, Lucas. I'll do my best. I don't know. We'll chat in the Discord at some point to try and figure out what works best for both of us. Next week's Father's Day, but I don't see anything really too much happening on Saturday. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. So Jeff asked, "What's my favorite plane to fly in the sim?" Well, that is a really good question. I mean, I don't even know where to go with that question. I mean, I like different planes for different reasons. I like the 747. I think it's just one of the most classic airliners, one of the most iconic airliners of all time. So I like flying that airplane. It's a fairly simple airplane to fly, but I like flying it. Obviously, there are limitations to flying it. You can't fly into a lot of smaller airports, but it's great if you're heading into big airports. Let's see. What else do I like? And I do like flying the Dash 8 and the P3D platform. Again, that's a lot of fun. I've really started to enjoy the TBM as well. The TBM's a fun airplane. I couldn't pick one favorite, though. I tend to sort of... The other thing, too, is that I look at it is that I've spent money on all these airplanes, all these add-ons over the years. I want to kind of spread out and get my money's worth out of different airplanes, if that makes sense. So I tend to want to kind of spread myself around a little bit. So yeah, I can't say that there's one airplane I love more than the other. I fly all sorts of different ones. Depends what I'm in the mood for. If I'm in the mood for a long haul, a short haul, and newer airplanes often excite me also for a little while too.
Fox Kilo Alpha Delta's descending out of 4.
Kilo Alpha Delta, roger, and report to Peterborough Airport in sight. Should be at your 12 o'clock now for about 7 miles.
Kilo Alpha Delta, we'll let you know when we have it.
Center TBM Delta X-ray Juliet, about 17 nautical miles west of the field, 3,000 feet, inbound for full stop, Oshawa.
Foxtrot Delta X-ray Juliet Toronto, good evening. Oshawa is showing winds light and variable, altimeter 2986, planned runway 12, cleared right base runway 12.
Alright, we're flying runway 12, and we're cleared the direct base, runway 12 Delta X-ray Juliet.
Delta 519er Toronto, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8, g'day.
Over to arrival on 132.8 for Delta 519er, g'day. Just reporting to site, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Kilo Alpha Delta, thanks. You cleared Peterborough Airport, visual approach runway 27.
cleared. Visual approach runway 27, Fox, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Kilo Alpha Delta, thank you, and you can switch to Unicom 122.8, no traffic observed. Report it between you and Peterborough, and report back on this frequency down and clear.
Okay, switch over to Unicom, we'll call you down and clear, Fox, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Alright, how's Sunwing doing up here in the north? Still not a beam in the field yet. Sunwing 9010, you can continue your descent 5,000, the Sioux altimeter 29901.
Descend 5,000 feet on 29901, Sunwing 9010.
Yeah, it's getting fogged in there in the Sioux. I'm looking at the weather now, and it's showing 2 miles and overcast at 300. Temperature 13, dew point 12. When the temperature dew point split is that low, that's fog setting in right there. Oh, I never turned my camera back on when I sat back down again, did I? I know it's Rogue. It's the running gag, but I know it's Air Canada Rogue. It's a more apt name considering how that airline is sort of run compared to the Air Canada, the mainline flights. Yeah, I can't pick one favorite airplane. I mean, I like different ones, and sometimes I just like to go up and do a little VFR flying, and then just like even the 172 or the 152 is just fun if you're just going to do a short little thing. The only thing about the 152 that just bugs me is just it's so slow. It takes forever to get anywhere, but it's a nice, fun little airplane, and of course the lack of an autopilot means you cannot put it down for a second. The second you let go of it, it starts drifting one way or another. So I don't find myself flying the 152 very much at all because I just need an autopilot. Like if I just need to even step away from the flight, I have to go to the bathroom or something, or grab a drink. I come back and the thing is just a spiral dive. It's like, oh my god. So yeah, not having an autopilot sometimes can be very frustrating. It's a little bit of a test of endurance sometimes. Can't move any further than that. Delta X-ray Juliet. The winds are light and variable. Clear to land, runway 12.
Clear to land, runway 12, Delta X-ray Juliet.
Got a never-ending array of airplanes, though. We got another guy just taking off in the island, a PC-12, going over to Oshawa. people like coming to Oshawa here. It's a nice, steady night here. I like it. So it wasn't a case of not picking. It was a case of prime target, but it wasn't because the transponder wasn't on. It was because he was below the altitude of the radar coverage. So I'm still getting used to this overlay. This is a new version, of the scope. That's a little bit different from what we've seen in the past, what we've been using traditionally, and it's fun because it's much more realistic, but it takes some getting used to. Things are just a little bit different. It's more realistic.
Fox, Kilo Alpha Delta, down and clear, Peterborough.
Kilo Alpha Delta, thank you. Your flight plan is closed. Your alerting services are terminated. Have a good night.
Kilo Alpha Delta.
Got a bunch of guys traxing out still in Toronto. We got just non-stop airplanes here in Toronto. 6 people on departures in Toronto. Oh, 4 of them going to Boston. They're having a little party over to Boston here. Because we're running out of ATC, I guess. We got lost Cleveland. Boston's got an approach controller and a tower controller, and Washington's got an approach controller and a ground tower controller. So those are the only places left to go if you want some ATC. So I guess that's what they're doing. Unless you want to make a longer trip. Winnipeg's online with the ground controller, and the KC Center's on, Kansas
Toronto
City.
Center, good speed 130, just took off of Billy Bishop, and we're we're VFR to Oshawa. Good speed 130.
Good speed 130 Toronto, good evening. Oshawa winds are light and variable. You can plan runway 12, and the altimeter in Oshawa 2986.
Roger that, good speed 130.
Canadian Express 547, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. Good night.
Over to 132.8, Canadian Express 547, have a great day.
Sunwing 9010, Toronto, stay heading.
Heading is 305, Sunwing 9010.
Sunwing 9010, let's tighten it up just a little bit. Make it heading 310, please.
310, Sunwing 9010.
Toronto Center, Delta X-ray Juliet, down clear, runway 12.
Delta X-ray Juliet, taxi Bravo cross runway 05 to the apron. Have a good night.
Bravo cross 05 to the apron. See Delta X-ray.
Okay. Oshawa's getting love like
Center,
never used to get.
130. Did you tell us we'll be expecting runway 12 for the arrival into Oshawa?
Good speed 130, that's correct. Runway 12, you're cleared right base, runway 12.
I got that clear for the right base for 12 at Oshawa. Thank you for good speed 12.
And good speed 130, if you can make it not above 3,500 there, otherwise I'll need to send you back to the terminal controller.
Okay, roger that. We'll just send down to about 3,500 for good speed 130. Sorry about that. We didn't get an altitude restriction.
No problem. Should I do IFR out of YYZ or VFR out of YOO? We can't decide. Well, my instinct is to say, hey, do some VFR out of Oshawa because that way I'll get more traffic. But do what makes you happy. You know, you can fly from Oshawa down to City Center or over to Pearson. Just flying down the shoreline is pretty nice if you're flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially. It's a really fun kind of trip down the shoreline there. There's lots of good scenery. Or you could even go all the way past the city center and go all the way down to like Hamilton or St. Catharines. I would recommend that VFR. I think that's fun. Microsoft Flight Simulator especially is great for VFR if that's what you got installed. And even night VFR, you can see the highways fairly well. It's fairly distinctive, so I think it's a great sim for doing night stuff. Alright, Sunwing is just kind of passing a beam the field in another couple minutes here. Lucas, thanks for flying, and have yourself a great night as well. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll definitely cross paths some way, somehow next weekend for sure. Okay, show me Sault Ste. Marie, 3,100 feet. And I really need like the airport on here. I don't have. The trouble is that's not. That's why, because it's not the.
Toronto Center, Caravan, Charlie Foxtrot, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto.
Roger, airborne off Peterborough VFR to Toronto, climbing out of 2000, request flight following.
Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto, roger, stand by 1 moment. Just trying to turn on the ILS course here into Sault Ste. Marie so that I can see something to vector him towards. Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto, and actually stand by. Sorry, I thought I had you on my list. Kilo Alpha Delta, squawk code 1254.
1254, Kilo Alpha Delta. And we're climbing out of 2,500 for 4.5.
Kilo Alpha Delta, Toronto, thank you. Identified Peterborough altimeter is 2986.
2986, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Sierra Runner Center, Delta X-ray Juliet on the ground, Oshawa, requesting the VFR fund bill.
Delta X-ray Juliet, Toronto, the Oshawa winds are light and variable, altimeter 2986, excuse me. Plan runway 30 for departure, and just hold your position right now. I'll have a squawk code for you here in a second.
It looks like 30 departure, and no worries, Delta X-ray Juliet.
Delta X-ray Juliet, squawk 1250.
1250, Delta X-ray Juliet. Toronto Center, good speed 130. We're on the finals for runway 12 at Oshawa. Runway 2 flight.
Good speed 130 Toronto. Thank you. The wind's light and variable. Clear to land. Runway 12.
Okay, roger that. Clear to land. Good speed 130. 12 at Oshawa.
Delta X-ray Juliet. Are you ready to taxi now?
Yeah, we're ready to go right now, sure.
Alright, Delta X-Ray Juliet for runway 30, taxi Alpha, and backtrack runway 05, hold short of Bravo for now.
Okay, so Alpha and backtrack runway 05 and hold short Bravo, Delta X-Ray Juliet.
That's great.
Chrono Center, Philippine 1849, passing 11,000 direct recam, climbing 230.
Philippines 1849er Toronto, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 350.
Continue climb level 350, Philippine 1849.
UPS 352 Heavy Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the west. Minneapolis is not online. Your radar service terminates. Change to en route frequency and have a good day.
UPS 352, thanks for your help. Have a good night.
Good night. Sunwing 9010, descend 4000.
Descend 4,000, Sunwing 9010.
It's a published mist on that approach anyways. Yeah, it's just straight to the VOR. Yeah. Might fly Oshawa, Toronto VFR, and then walk to my airliner and do an IFR flight. I like it.
Speed 130, requesting vacate to the left here at runway 12.
And at good speed 130, that's approved. Turn left on runway 05, then left on Bravo, taxi Bravo to the apron.
Okay, Red Vet, turn on 205, and did you say taxi Bravo to the apron?
Good speed 130, that's correct.
Okay, roger that. We're on runway 05, and we'll taxi Bravo to the apron. Good speed 130.
No, he's going the wrong way. And Delta X-Ray Juliet, you're turning the wrong way on Alpha there. Just hold your position for one moment.
Yeah, sorry about that. We just realized that. Sorry, Delta X-Ray.
Not a problem. And good speed 130, are you going to apron 1 or are you going up to apron 4 or 7?
We're actually following the other plane at Oshawa, so we're actually just gonna go VFR to Peterborough, if that's good with you.
Alright, good speed 130, that's no problem. Just make the right turn there on Alpha and then taxi into apron 1. I've just got to get this other aircraft past you to get him to the runway.
Okay, no problem. We're in the apron now, and we'll just pull into apron 1.
Now let's get busy.
Center, Delta X-Ray Juliet, we have no problem turning right.
Delta X-Ray Juliet, no, it's going to be easier actually for you now. So just continue straight ahead on Alpha, Alpha Bravo, cross runway 05 to get to 30.
Okay, Alpha Bravo, cross runway 05, and hold short runway 30, Delta X-Ray Juliet, and there was an issue with our navigation on our end. It said runway 15.
No problem. Sunwing 9010, turn right, heading 020.
Heading 020, Sunwing 9010.
Center, good evening, Jazz 273 with you, 312, that's for 15,000.
Jazz 273, Toronto, good evening, continue climb, flight level 310.
Up to level 310 for Jazz 273.
Kilo Alpha Delta, Oshawa altimeter for you, 2986.
2986, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Toronto Center, I can 791 with you, flight level 240.
Sunwing 9010, descend 3100.
Descend 3100, Sunwing 9010.
And Air Canada, what was the flight number?
That was 791.
Air Canada 791, Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk new code 0500.
Squawking 0500, Air Canada 791.
Philippine 1849, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Cleveland's not online. Surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency. Have a good night.
Switching frequency, good night, sir. Philippine 1849, thanks.
No problem. Air Canada 791 Toronto, thank you. You're identified descending, or you're identified at flight level 240. Descend now 2000 on Toronto altimeter 2986.
Maintain flight level 12,000, Toronto altimeter 2986.
Center, Delta X-ray Juliet, ready to go, runway 30.
Delta X-ray Juliet, not above 3000 on the departure. Winds are light and variable, clear for takeoff, runway 30.
Not above 3000 departure, on departure, and clear for takeoff, runway 30, Delta X-ray Juliet.
Good speed 130, change of plans, actually we're on a Buttonville, sorry I said Peterborough before, good speed 130.
Good speed 130, stand by.
Standing by, good speed 130.
Air Canada 791, what runway can we expect into Toronto?
Air Canada 791, the information is Golf Plan 15 left, brake, Sunwing 9010, turn right heading 090 for intercept, cleared ILS 12.
090 for intercept, cleared ILS 12, Sunwing 9010.
Air Canada 7, disregard. Alright, good speed 130. I gotta get you a new squawk code here for this, so it's gonna be 1256.
Okay, roger that, 1256, good speed 130.
Okay, Delta X-ray Juliet, airborne, passing 2000 for 2000.
Delta X-ray Juliet, proceed on course to Buttonville.
Proceed on course, Delta X-ray Juliet.
Good speed 130, you ready to taxi?
Yeah, we're ready for the taxi, and 1256 is in the box, good speed 130.
Good speed 130, roger 30 for departure, the winds are light and variable, the altimeter Oshawa 2986, taxi Alpha Bravo, cross runway 05.
Alpha Bravo cross 05 and not above, not above 3000, sorry about that.
Good speed 130, thank you.
Toronto Center, good evening. Air Canada 123 with you, flight level 230.
And, sorry, what was the Air Canada flight calling?
Air Canada 123.
Air Canada 123 Toronto, squawk code 0544.
And 0544 on the box, Air Canada 123.
Delta X-ray Juliet, contact Toronto terminal now, 132.8.
And Toronto, Air Canada 215 with you, level 230.
Delta X-ray Juliet, contact the terminal, 132.8.
Terminal 132.8, thanks for the help tonight, the Delta X-ray Juliet.
Sunwing 9010, the Sioux winds are showing 300 at 7. You're clear to land, runway 12.
Clear to land, runway 12, Sunwing 9010.
Air Canada 791 Heavy, contact Toronto arrival 132.8. Good evening.
Over to arrival 132.8, Air Canada 791, good evening.
Air Canada 123, identified flight level 230, information Toronto is Golf, plan runway 15 left.
And we have information Golf, Air Canada 123.
Air Canada 123, thank you. Descend 17,000, Toronto altimeter 2986.
And down to 17,000, 2986, Air Canada 123.
Air Canada 215 is with you, flight level 230.
Air Canada 215, Toronto, good evening, squawk 0572.
Squawking 0572, Air Canada 215.
Toronto Center, got good speed 130, holding of runway 30 at Oshawa.
Good speed 130, Toronto, left turn out, not above 3000 initially, winds are light and variable, clear for takeoff, runway 30.
Roger that, not above 3000, good speed 130, takeoff 30.
Air Canada 215 Toronto, your radar identified flight level 230, information Toronto is Golf, plan 15 left.
And we'll plan 15 left, we'll wait for Golf, Canada 215.
Toronto arrival, Canadian Express 547 is clear at the runway.
Canadian Express 547, you're now on Toronto Center again.
Oh, apologies. 132.8, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. Switching over. Have a good night.
Good night. Kilo Alpha Delta, contact Toronto Terminal now, 132.8. Good night.
Switching over to Terminal 132.8. Always happy to provide you with great content. Fox Kilo Alpha Delta.
I appreciate that. Jazz 273 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the south. Cleveland's not online. Your radar service terminates and change to en route frequency. Have a good night.
Services terminated. Jazz 273. Have a good night.
And Air Canada 215. I can't remember if I gave it to you, but it's runway 15 left for arrivals information. Golf.
Canada 215. Yeah, we have Golf on board and we'll set 15 left.
Very good. Air Canada 215, descend 17,000. Toronto altimeter 2986.
Altimeter 2986 and down to 17,000. Air Canada 215.
Air Canada 215, reduce speed now 250 knots for sequence Toronto.
And speed's 250. Canada 215.
Sunwing 9010, we're down and clear on the Sioux. Have a good night.
Sunwing 9010 Toronto, thank you, taxi Golf to the apron, and have a great night. Glad you made it in.
Me too.
All right, he made it in. I was getting a little worried he wasn't going to make it in. That was 300 feet. That's tight. Anyways. Okay, I feel like we're getting a little bit caught up here. It was just a little overwhelming there, and for some reason my... there we go. The plugin, I think, crashed there. So I was unable to do what I had to do. I was unable to see what was kind of going on there, which is a little bit unfortunate. Good speed 130 Toronto traffic. It's your 12 o'clock for about 5 miles is a Cessna Caravan at 4,500 VFR. It's actually now about your 11 o'clock. Just keep an eye out for him.
Okay, roger that. If we reach him in sight, we'll let you know.
Good speed 130, thank you. Contact Toronto arrival now on 132, correction, Toronto Terminal 132.8.
132.8 for good speed 130. Thanks for the
no problem, good night. Air Canada 215, vectors for their sequence, turn left heading 270.
Left 270, Air Canada 215.
Air Canada 123, descend 11,000.
Down to 11,000, Air Canada 123.
Air Canada 215, descend 11,000.
Down to 11,000, Air Canada 215.
All right. Ooh, I got a little bit busy there. I knew there was going to be a rush eventually. Okay, but Sunwing's down, so we can zoom out now on the high chart. Everything's looking a little bit better now. It's getting starting to slow down a little bit, but woo, that was a good little workout there. And yeah, Adam, I don't blame you for detuning the stream. It's very hard to kind of focus when you can hear the same sort of ATC communications repeated 30 seconds later on stream. So yeah, even if you just turn it down or mute it, you should still be able to watch and see what's going on, see yourself as you're flying around there, but you just don't want to be listening to it, that's all. And I understand exactly why you don't want to be listening to it. 100% I understand exactly why. Air Canada 215, back direct Ling, resume the Ling 3 arrival.
And direct Ling, resume the Ling 3 arrival, Air Canada 250.
Air Canada 123, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8, good night.
And 32.8, thank you, have a good night.
I don't know whose flight plan is on here. That's whose it was DXJ's. All right. Whew, that was quite the little workout there. Whew, yeah, that was fun though. It was lots of fun. I really kind of had to really focus there for a few minutes there, but that was good fun. That's what it's all about. And especially when you're managing like a large kind of airspace and you're dealing with different things, you're dealing with people on the ground. Oh, there's the Skycraft 21. I assume that's you there. At least you've actually filed a flight plan for me. The other guys should not even bother to file flight plans here. I didn't even have time to really like put in any inputs or anything. Like it was all I could do to just sort of keep everything motoring. So. Air Canada 215, you can resume the published speeds at Ling.
And resume the published speeds at Ling.
Air Canada 215, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. Good night.
132.8, have a nice one, Captain.
Thanks, you too. And that's basically it for airplanes now. Just waiting for the Skycraft here. But now I'm just going to listen in on the arrival frequency because he's doing all the work. And I'm just going to sit here, just relax. Let some other sucker do the work. I still get the viewers regardless of whether I'm the one doing the work or not.
I was never given the altitude to climb altitude though, so.
Skywest 4557, the initial climb for all jets on all SIDS is 5,000 feet.
Alright, we'll get a 5,000, and am I still clear?
Yeah, Skywest 4557, wind calm, clear for takeoff, runway 248.
Clear for takeoff, runway 248, Skywest 4557.
And, good evening, Toronto approach Charlie Golf Tango Sierra, requesting IMR clearance to Washington Dulles, please.
Golf Tango Sierra, Toronto arrival, good evening.
This guy is working hard. Look at how many planes are on the ground here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planes on the ground.
2223.
And he's also got like 5 airplanes in the air.
Toronto Terminal, Air Canada 215.
United 511 Toronto Center. Good evening. I do not see. Stand by.
Approach Golf Tango Sierra.
Oh, there you are. United 511. Squawk ident, please.
The transmission to me in text. It'll take me a second to find my transponder.
Okay, I'll send it in text in just a sec. Air Canada 791, turn left heading 0, or correction, turn left heading 240.
United 511 Toronto, thank you. Identified, flight level 380, welcome.
Delta Tower, Canada Zone 92, ready to taxi.
Okay, 092, runway 24 right, altimeter 2986, taxi Alpha Kilo and Bravo Delta.
Altimeter 2986, taxi Alpha Kilo Bravo Delta, runway 24 right.
Roger. Air Canada 215.
So I know we said we're going to terminate the stream at midnight, but I think we'll keep it going for like another 15 or 20 minutes after because we got a whole slew of departures here. 7 departures on the ground. I think we'll keep it going for a little bit longer here. I'm kind of having fun. I'm not too tired, so if you guys want to keep watching, I'm going to keep on controlling for a little bit longer here because it's definitely interesting.
Air Canada 791, turn left heading 180, intercept the localizer, cleared ILS runway 15 left approach.
But I believe it's Bence is on arrival here, and he is just working like crazy here, trying to get all these airplanes out that want to leave.
Air Canada 791, left heading 180, intercept the localizer, cleared ILS runway 15 left approach.
Fly heading 180, cleared to intercept the localizer, ILS approach runway 15 left to Air Canada 791. Apologize, didn't hear you there.
Sure, no problem. Kilo Alpha Delta wind calm, clear to land runway 24 right, you're number 1.
Clear to land 24 right, number 1, Kilo Alpha Delta.
Still watching you, Tim.
It was was it calling for taxi? Was it Air Canada 224?
Even not controlling, it's fun to sort of watch how much is going on here.
Air Canada 224, yeah, we're requesting taxi. Air Canada 224, runway 24 right, altimeter 2986, taxi Alpha Juliet, Bravo Delta.
These guys are all going to Boston. This is the whole Boston troop here.
Taxi 24 right via Alpha Juliet, Bravo Delta, Air Canada 224.
Mooney there.
And, Toronto, Tango. I'll be back in a second. It seems my aircraft is a bit broken, so I'm gonna switch aircraft. Will I still have my clearance, or will I need to refile?
You'll still have your flight plan if you aren't gone for too long, and then I'll give you your clearance once again.
Roger, thank you. It'll just be 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. Air Canada 123.
When it's busy, you don't need to share your life story.
Down to 4,000 for what you did.
This guy is working real hard, trying to get all these airplanes established here. He doesn't need a life story. Keep it brief. So there's Kilo Alpha Delta landing right there. That's the one that took off from Peterborough. And then here's the airplanes that were all inbound from the south. 791 followed by 123 and I forget which this one was. This was Air Canada 215. I don't want to bring them all up because it's just too much. And then there's the SkyWest who never called. Just leveled off here at 5,000. I don't think he called. I haven't heard him call. He needs to get turned on course. He's going to talk to us briefly, and all these other guys are going to Boston as well. So it's a bit of a Boston party. Once they all get airborne, it'll be a little bit quieter.
Air 67, arrival, good evening. Runway 24 right, altimeter 2986. Taxi via Alpha Juliet, Bravo Delta.
That's another 67. Runway 24 right.
Toronto Center, Skycraft 021.
Skycraft 021, Toronto Center, good evening.
Toronto Center, Skycraft 021 to Cessna 172 on the ground in Oshawa. Skywest 4557 identified at 5,000. Climb departure to Pearson.
Skycraft 021, Toronto. The Oshawa weather, let's see here. We got winds are light and variable. The altimeter is 2986. Plan runway 30 for departure. Squawk code 1232.
Plan runway 30, squawk 1232, Skycraft 21.
Skycraft 21, that's correct. You ready to taxi now?
Affirm, Skycraft 021.
Skycraft 021, runway 30, taxi, apron at your discretion. Alpha and Bravo, cross runway 05.
Alpha Bravo, cross 5, short 30, Skycraft 21.
Roger. We'll be back to 2 airplanes, whereas this guy's dealing with like 7 airplanes. 7 airplanes on the ground and like 7 airplanes in the air. Quite the workout. It's weird because like I was getting such good situation awareness of what he's doing from listening to his frequency, and then when I turn it off for even a minute, I lose very much awareness of what's going on.
215, descend 4,000.
Down to 4,000 for 215. Channel 791 on final 15 left.
Okay, 791, wind calm, clear to land, runway 15 left.
Clear to land, 15 left, Air Canada 791.
Air Canada 123, turn right heading 360, vectors to the localizer. Right to 360, vectors to the localizer, Air Canada 123.
And Toronto Birch, Charlie Golf Tango Sierra is back. We are in a Airbus AC-21 Neo.
Alright, Tango Sierra, welcome back. I'll send you your clearance again here in text.
Roger, thank you. Golf Tango Sierra.
He'll get there. Shouldn't have advertised for rookies tonight. Benz is going to kill me. So many rookies here. It's not so many rookies, but one rookie here. But it's amazing how one rookie can really kind of throw off your game when it's busy.
Air Canada 092, wind calm, clear for takeoff for runway.
Gonna kill this soon.
Tango Sierra is cleared to the Washington Dulles Airport via the Regis 4 departure flight plan route department runway 34, squawk 2223. Golf Tango Sierra.
Tango Sierra, read back correct. Push and start your discretion. Call for taxi.
Push start my discretion on, I'll call for taxi. Call Tango Sierra.
Air Canada 123, descend 3000.
Down to 3000, Air Canada 123.
Enter Air Canada 123, turn right heading to, or correction, 070.
Right, 070, Air Canada 123.
Air Canada 215, turn right heading 350, vectors to the localizer.
Right 350 vectors for localizer, Canada 215.
Skycraft 21 Toronto left turn out is approved. Winds are light and variable, clear for takeoff 30.
Right. Clear takeoff 30.
24 right, Jamaica 220.
Intersecting runway operations with arrivals, departures. This is... I'm kind of glad right now that I have this arrival controller, because if I had been doing all of this by myself, I would be just so far behind the 8 ball by now.
Right, 110, intercept the localizer, clear for the approach, 15 left, Air Canada 123.
Roger.
You got one guy landing, one guy taking off, one guy taking position, another guy taxiing. It's just, it's not chaos. It's organized, but boy, it's a lot going on at the same time.
SkyWest 4557, contact center 12577. Have a good night.
Alright, 12577, thank you very much. SkyWest 45.
Again, 215, descend 3000.
Down 3000, Canada 215.
Toronto Center, good evening. This is SkyWest 45,000, climbing through ATC.
Again, 215, turn right, heading 070.
Right, 070.
SkyWest 4557, Toronto Center, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 270.
092, I'm at her born.
270, SkyWest 45.
Again, 092, identified 5,000 feet, turn left, direct to Rickamon course, climb to flight level 230. Climb flight level 230, turn left.
Just turn left.
Air Canada 123, speed 170 knots, please, until Woodhill, Zulu Tango Oscar.
And 170 on the speed until Woodhill, Air Canada 123.
And Toronto approach. Tango Sierra.
I feel pain when I hear this guy talking. I like him, but he's... I'm always happy to see a new person come into the network. It's always nice to see a new person come into the network, but...
Altimeter 2986. Got Tango Sierra.
He just holds the mic too long when it's busy.
20 wind calm, clear for takeoff, runway 24 right.
Clear for takeoff 24 right, Jamaica 220.
Air Canada 215, right heading 130, intercept the localizer.
Right 130 to intercept the localizer, Canada 115.
Air Canada 215, cleared ILS runway 2 or runway 15 left approach.
Clear on the 15 left ILS approach.
Canada 791, clear of 15 left, request taxi to gate 174.
Air Canada 791, welcome to Toronto, taxi to Alpha Lima, apron at your discretion, have a good night.
Apron at our discretion to via Alpha Lima, Air Canada 791.
Oh, that's not part of this.
Air Canada 123.
Just as I had on there.
Sorry, Air Canada 123, wind calm, clear to land, runway 15 left. Did I already clear your land?
Negative. I copy. Clear to land now. 15 left. Air Canada 123.
Perfect. Thank you.
And Toronto approach. Tango Sierra is ready to taxi.
Okay, Tango Sierra. Squawk mode, Charlie, please.
Squawk mode, Charlie. Tango Sierra.
Air Canada 215, start reducing your speed, please. 170 knots or less.
170 or less, Canada 215.
And Toronto approach. Tango Sierra is ready to taxi once again.
Okay, Tango Sierra, thank you. Runway 24 right, altimeter is 2986. Taxi Delta Victor, and hold short of Delta.
Look at this, Air Canada 67 tearing through the apron here.
Right, altimeter is 2986. Delta Victor, hold short of Delta.
Kaboom!
Tango Sierra.
Why is he taxiing at 27 knots to the apron?
You're turning away from the localizer there. If you need the visual approach, the airport's about at your 11 o'clock, 7 miles reported in sight, unless you're good there.
Yeah, 2 and 5. We'll go ahead and
7 just pulled in right behind that 320 there. That's just bombing around the apron like mad here.
Is just about on a 1.5 mile final, A320, 1,000 feet. Do you have him in sight?
We have the traffic, 215.
Okay, Air 215, you're cleared visual approach, runway 15 left.
Skywest 4557 Toronto. You're leaving my airspace to the east. Surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency. Have a good day.
Direct to Rickham on course. Climb flight level 230.
Flight level 230, direct for Rickham, turn left, Jamaica 220.
Roger. And Air Canada 215, your number 2, clear to land to runway 15 left. Winds are calm.
Number 2, clear to land, 15 left, Canada 215.
And Toronto approach, Tango Sierra is holding short of Delta.
Okay, Tango Sierra, continue taxi Delta.
Continue taxi Delta, Tango Sierra.
Well, he's earning his money. I am not earning my money. I am just watching things happen. Waiting for this handoff here.
Air Canada 224, holding short, runway 24 right.
That's what I was waiting for.
Line up runway 24 right. Line up and wait, Air Canada 224. Air Canada 123, welcome to Toronto. Exit left to 1 able and right onto Bravo.
Oh no.
Oh, we turned right. Okay, that's fine. Where would you like to park?
Just roll it off the runway. Don't stop on the runway. Roll it. Move it. Keep the tin can moving. Keep the tin can moving. Thank you.
Air Canada 224, you'll be departing just after this aircraft lands on 15 left. Roger. Air Canada 224.
And these guys just give her 27 knots around the corner. I would not want to be a passenger at the back of that airplane cornering at 27 knots. Ouch. That would be a little wee bit uncomfortable, that's for sure.
Air Canada 092, contact center 12577. Have a good night.
Contact 12577, Toronto Center. Have a good night. Thank you for your service.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Toronto Center.
Air Canada 224, wind calm, clear for takeoff for runway 24 right. Clear for takeoff, Air Canada 224.
Air Canada 92 Toronto Center, good evening. Climb flight level 290.
Fine, Toronto, thank you for the services. Have a good night. No problem, good night. Okay, 215, welcome to Toronto. You can continue on to Bravo and left on Alpha Lima.
Skycraft 21, you've left the control zone to the northwest. Contact Toronto Terminal 132.8.
32A, Skycraft 21, we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Tango Sierra, line up runway 24 right.
Lining up and waiting, lining up 24 right.
And it's funny because for all that time I said that I was not feeling tired, I'm starting to feel tired now. Maybe watching all this hard work on the ground here, and it's about to his workload is about to die off to nothing. Mine's not going to be very big because these guys are going to Boston. They're literally through my airspace for what, 15 miles here, 18 miles.
Jamaica 220, contact center 12577. Have a good night.
So not very long in my airspace either.
Jamaica 220, down to the service. Bye bye.
No problem. Bye.
So I think after we get a couple of more of these guys launched, we'll head out. We'll log off for the night because it's getting late and I'm getting a little bit tired.
Tango Sierra, winds calm, clear for takeoff, runway 24 right.
Clear takeoff 24 right, Tango Sierra.
So get these guys all established on course and we'll send them over to Unicom. Air Canada 092 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency and have a good night.
I'm leaving your airspace, passing on Unicom 122.8. Have a good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Canada 67, line up runway 248.
I think this will be the last one. I think Air Canada 67 is the last one. He's also Boston bound, I think. Yes. So everyone's Boston bound except for the...
line up runway 248.
TTS is going to Washington, but everyone else is Boston bound. So this is going to be a really short time with us, and then it's off to Unicom. So.
Air Canada 224, proceed direct to Rickham on course, climb to flight level 230, and you're identified at 3,500.
Send Jamaica 220 at 14,000.
And Toronto approach, Toronto approach,
Air Jamaica 220 Toronto, good evening, continue climb, flight level 350.
Tango Sierra identified, 1,600, maintain present heading, climb flight level 230. Correction, climb 15,000, 15,000.
That's one of these frustrating things as a center controller, that you spend so little time talking to these airplanes that are southbound. Anyone that's going to the northeast US or anywhere south or southeast literally spend 3 minutes talking to them, and that's it.
That's another 67, clear to take.
At least, you know, at least guys going west, or especially the guys going up to the Sioux or up to Western Canada, they spend a lot more time in our airspace. We talk for a lot longer, but these guys going here, it's literally 3 minutes. They spent more time talking to the tower controller probably at the end of the day.
Tango Sierra, turn left, direct to Doosan on course.
Left direct, say the waypoint again, please. Tango Sierra.
But that being said, it's even worse in some other sectors.
Second waypoint.
Vancouver and Montreal, their terminal unit is actually touching the American...
Delta, Uniform, Sierra, Oscar, Mike.
The American airspace. So departures to the south in Montreal and Vancouver will never even talk to center controller at all. They'll just go straight to the American controller to the south, which is just a little bit... I mean, it's the way it happens in real life, but it's just when there's so little traffic sometimes on VATSIM, it's nice to talk to people, even if it's only for a short period of time. And then they just won't call at all.
Canada 67, identify 1,900, climb to flight level 230.
That was quite the wave of departures, but they're just about gone now.
Sir, Canada 67, sorry, confirm it was flight level 230. We were a little bit muffled.
Well, Ricardo, it's nice. I'm glad you got to enjoy that. I think some people all feel a little bit nervous about being on stream, so I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope you're not too nervous. But when people watch this video in the future, they won't see the text anyway, so they won't even know who you were. You're just another pilot. Air Jamaica 220 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency and have a good rest of your flight.
Over to Uniform Jamaica 220 and Town Service. See ya.
See ya. United 511 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the west. Cleveland's not online. Your surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency and have a good night. United 511 Toronto.
Air Canada 224. Tango Sierra, turn right, please turn right, heading 200, vectors to avoid traffic.
Right, 220.
Sorry, was that Air Canada 224 calling center?
Roger, that was Air Canada 224.
Air Canada 224, continue climb flight level 370. Welcome.
Climbing to flight level 370, Air Canada 224.
Alright, back to listening to the arrival controller again, because there's not much going on. I've got one airplane tracked. Why do I say two airplanes tracked? I think I only have one airplane tracked now, don't I? There's nobody up north. Not tracking the Skycraft, I'm only tracking this guy. It's the only guy I'm tracking right now. And this guy down here, 05070, according to VATSPY, he's going into Niagara, which is pretty much right here, so I'm not going to talk to him at all. that's it. I think we're just about done for the evening. These guys just have to get to the borderline here, and that's going to be it. We're going to call it a night. So another 3 or 4 minutes here, I think, 5 minutes, and that'll be the end of it. But I think I had fun.
Okay, Tango Sierra, thank you. Can proceed direct to Doosan on course again.
Direct Doosan on course. Tango Sierra, sorry about the
yeah, Travis, I have to agree with your statement there. It does bug me too when pilots think we messed up because we didn't mention an initial altitude. But the first thing to do is read the plane.
Proceed direct to Rickham on
Go
course
find the
again,
chart,
please.
read the chart, and then if the chart doesn't have an altitude on it, then ask a question. But read the chart first, because if we assigned you a SID, chances are that SID does have an altitude on it. In Canada, SIDs always have altitudes. So yeah, anyways, and that's the thing is, when you're assigned a SID, you're not assigned fly this procedure in the FMS. You're assigned fly the procedure that is marked on this chart. What's programmed in the FMS will help you, will absolutely help you, but at the end of the day, it's what is written on the chart. That is the procedure. It's not what's in the FMS, it's what's written on the chart. Read the charts. And if you have a question after reading the chart, absolutely go ahead and ask. Grateful, glad to answer.
Tango Sierra, contact center 12577. Have a good night.
12577, you have a good rest of your night.
Ooh, that was a short one.
And good evening, Toronto Center. Charlie Golf Tango Sierra is flight level 125.
Golf Tango Sierra, Toronto Center, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 350.
791 signing off. Have a good night.
Have a good night. We'll see ya.
And he vanished. Damn it. And he was doing so well, too.
Tango Sierra.
And Tango Sierra, you kind of fell off the connection there. Just confirm climbing flight level 350.
Roger, 350.
Canada 67, contact center 12577. Have a good night.
Air Canada 224 Toronto, leave my airspace to the east. Cleveland's not online. Your surveillance service terminates. Switch to en route frequency and have a good night.
Center 12577. Have a good night. For your service.
See ya.
No problem. See ya.
All right. One last airplane. He crosses that boundary. We're out of here. Looks like he's got 3 minutes. So anyways, now is a good time to wrap up because there's not too much going on. This guy's going to call me in a second. Come on, Air Canada 67. But literally 3 minutes from now, he's going to be in my airspace for 2 minutes. Come on, if you don't want the level off, call me. Call me. Oh, Lord.
Toronto Center, another 67, flying at 21,000 feet, going to 23,000 feet.
Air Canada 67 Toronto Center, good evening. Climb flight level 310.
That's another 67, climb the level 310.
Yeah, so that was a little bit longer than I expected. I was going to terminate at midnight. Got an extra 20 minutes out of me here. You're welcome, guys. To those of you pilots that were departing here, you got another couple minutes of ATC anyways. Unfortunately, without Cleveland, Cleveland was who you were going to talk to for a long time. For me, it was always just about 2 or 3 minutes. So, but anyways, thank you to all of you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I try to teach at least something every single time I come on here, and I hope you just had a little bit of fun watching. It's just tons of fun. This is how I like to unwind. Is just pull up a chair, just control for a couple of hours. It's just a great way to sort of unwind, get rid of the stress of the day if you've had a stressful day. Assuming that the pilots do not stress you out too much. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure if you haven't, subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Subscribe to my Twitch channel as well. It's the same channel name, Captain Nabs, on Twitch as well as YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so that you're notified when I do have streams. I'll be streaming. I stream live flying about once every week on Twitch, and I do about 1 ATC stream a week on YouTube as well. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who flew. I appreciate that. It's always, the more pilots we have, the more fun it is. Even when it's getting a little nutty and things are going a little crazy and sideways.
21, currently holding over Goodwood, Ontario, looking for clearance into the Toronto class Charlie. Skycraft 021, Toronto arrival, good evening. Squawk again, please.
Golf Tango Tango Sierra Toronto, your leave my airspace to the south. Surveillance service terminates, and you can switch to en route frequency. Have yourself a good night.
Golf Tango Tango Sierra. Yeah, we just lost an engine.
Skycraft 021 identified at 4,600.
Golf Tango Tango Sierra, Roger, say intentions.
Terminal, altimeter 2985.
Can we get to the nearest airport?
Heading my discretion within the terminal, clear to the class Charlie. Got the
Golf Tango Tango Sierra, nearest airport, Buffalo, up to your 10 o'clock for 30 miles.
Roger, I got visual of the airport. Tango Tango's here.
Tango Tango Sierra, Roger. You can proceed direct to Buffalo. I don't have any jurisdiction over Buffalo, so you can switch to Unicom 122.8 and announce your intentions there.
122.8. Thank you for the direct. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's why they put 2 engines on there. Good night. Yeah. See, and here come these 2 guys. I might as well do it. Alright, you guys are lucky. Because these guys are just coming my way right now. Who is it? It's it. Alright, I wasn't going to stick around, but what the hell. It's always just one more airplane on this network. It always is. American 79, I think it is, and Lufthansa 159, so. I'm starting to feel tired. I'm feeling it a little bit, but.
And I will be right back. I'm going to get a drink.
Alright then. Alright, so who we got? So it's American. I can see them on VATSIM here, so. American 79, are you with Toronto Center? And then it's Lufthansa somebody here. Squawking 1312. There it is. Might as well get these 2 guys into the terminal, because I'm only going to talk to them for about 4 minutes each, and then that'll be it. So, what the hell? What's another couple of minutes, and then they get the little bit more service.
Toronto Center, future 150, liner descending to 7,000 feet by Lee.
Alright, there were 2 on there at once. I did catch American 79er. American 79er Toronto squawk ident.
Squawk ident for American 79.
American 79 Heavy Toronto, thank you. Identified descending through 263. Descend 17,000 on Toronto altimeter 2985.
2985 will descend 170 for American 79 Heavy.
American 79 Heavy, that's correct. Information's Golf, plan 15 left.
15 left, Roger. 79 Heavy.
And the other call was at the Lufthansa 159er? And the other aircraft calling was that Lufthansa 159er? I'm sorry, that's DHL 159er.
This is DHL 159er. Descend via ringing 3 arrival.
DHL 159er Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk ident.
Squawk ident DHL 159er.
DHL 159er Toronto, thank you. Identified descending through 225, descend 17,000. Toronto altimeter 2985.
Descend to 17,000, altimeter 2985, DHL 159er.
DHL 159er, information Golf in Toronto, plan 15 left.
Information call for runway will be 15 left to DHL 159er.
Air Canada 67 Toronto, you've left my airspace to the east. Cleveland's not online. Your surveillance service terminates, and switch to en route frequency. Have a good night. Did I already do him? Did I already send him to Unicom? I think I might have. I must have forgotten to drop him, though. American 67, are you there? Correction, Air Canada 67, are you there? I think I did send him to Unicom.
Canada 67.
Air Canada 67, Toronto Center. You're leaving my airspace to the east. Your surveillance service terminates. Cleveland's not online. You can switch to en route frequency and have a good night.
Skycraft 021. Were you looking for a full stop at Toronto? Hey, for Skycraft 021, yeah, we're going to do a full stop, then we'll taxi back to GA. Alright, cool. Do you have any requests for another runway? I mean, everything's available. There is absolutely nobody, like, at all within the area, so you can do whatever you want.
Nobody at all.
Okay, yeah, we'll take runway 23, Skycraft 21. Alright, sounds good.
American 79er, continue descent 1000.
Descent 1000, American 79 heavy.
Oh, but this is the way VATSIM works too. This is why sometimes you have to set hard limits. Like if you know you're going to work, you have to set a hard limit. I'm logging off at this time, period. I don't care what's happening. I don't care if two airplanes are pointed directly at each other, taking off on the same runway. I don't care. I'm logging off at this time. You got to sometimes just declare that because it's always, otherwise it's always just one more airplane. Oh, I'll just check VATSPI. Oh, there's a couple more inbounds. You know what? I'll stick around for that extra half hour. Oh, I'll just wait till this guy's on the ground. You know, it just always snowballs and builds like that. I do sometimes control before I go to work, and if I ever do that, I set myself a hard limit of 1 hour before I'm supposed to leave for work, because it always ends up taking about 15 minutes longer than you expect to get offline. So you always have to sort of plan on that. Just waiting for this guy to cross that boundary, then I can clear him down to 11,000. American 79 Heavy, contact Toronto arrival 132.8. Good night.
1328, American 79 Heavy, have a good night.
Good night. DHL 159er, descend 1000. Then he's gone, he vanished.
Maintain 1000,
okay, there he is.
DHL 159er.
Toronto Road, arrival American 79 Heavy with the 160 to 110 inbound Ling. American 79, Toronto arrivals, good evening. ILS 15 left, altimeter 2985, descend 8000. Descend to 8000, American 79 Heavy.
Alright, just gotta get this guy just a notch lower, a little tiny bit closer to the terminal, and we'll hand him off, and that will be it. So, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched tonight, and make sure that, like I said, that you've subscribed on Twitch as well as YouTube, so you find out when new videos are dropping. And I'm not dropping videos so much as I am mostly just doing live streams these days. And it's not that I don't want to put together videos. I have lots of ideas for videos. The biggest thing is really just I have a lot of administrative duties right now on VATSIM. I'm kind of filling like 3 different roles, and it's taking up a lot of time. And I'm not. That's not a bad thing. I'm not against it or anything, but it's just it's taken up a lot of my free time. So video creation is unfortunately kind of taken a backseat for a little while. Hopefully that won't last. Hopefully I'll have more time soon. Also doesn't help that I'm also getting ready to go back to work, which of course takes up a lot of time. So between all those things, it's kind of taken up a lot more time. My video creation has really kind of slowed to a crawl at this point, other than just sort of reposting live streams. And that's pretty much all I can really afford to do at this point, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. But in the meantime, I do thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun.
American 79, you can proceed direct to Murik, cancel all altitude and speed restrictions, and expect your base turn by Mitux.
Okay, direct to Murik, and we'll cancel all altitude and speed restrictions. American 79.
Take the hand off, take the hand off. There he goes. DHL 159er, contact Toronto arrival 132.8. Good night.
Contact level 122.8, DHL 159er. Okay, sir.
Good night. Alright, so that is it. I've got all my airplanes handed off. I got nobody left in my airspace, and I'm going to go ahead and call it a night after a good 3 hour 11 minute shift. I hope you guys had fun. Like I said, I hope you learned something, and I hope you continue to watch. So thank you so much for watching. Everyone's please stay healthy and safe out there, and we'll see you guys all on the channel real soon. Have a good night.